Hello and welcome to the final round of the Virtual Mini Challenge Season 1.
GamePod, the ultimate race rig for those serious about sim racing. Puts you in the driver's seat with all the controls at your fingertips. Be number one on the road, in the race, in the game. GamePod, the choice of champions.
And we're here live for the final round of the first season of the Virtual Mini Challenge, and I'm here for the first time this season with Mr. Keaith Barrick. Hello, Keaith.
Hello, Toby. I'm glad to be here. I've kind of been in the booth. It seems a little bit after yesterday and today. It's kind of fun to be here. I like it.
I know, yeah, it's unusual, isn't it, for you to actually do some commentary for once?
Oh, please. I'm doing Clio's, WTM. Come on, Toby. But a very important thing, though, is that this is the final race for the Virtual Mini Challenge that has been sponsored, thankfully, to GamePod.co.uk. Can't say enough about these guys.
Yeah.
They've been absolute supporters of us. Check them out, GamePod.co.uk, for all your sim racing needs. They are the longest-running manufacturer of sim racing rigs on the planet. That's a pretty big feat. So make sure you check them out and give them a like on Facebook.
And it's been a pretty good series for them to sponsor, actually. It's been great racing up the front of the field in each of the rounds that we've seen so far. And the championship has come down to the wire, which is always nice. And we'll bring up the point standings for you here. And you can see Peter Davillard currently has a 45-point lead going into the final two races of today. So he needs a 7th and an 8th to secure the championship should Visa Muller win both races. So he looks nailed on for the championship win, doesn't he?
Oh, absolutely. And, I mean, we've seen some really good form from Muller as of late, and I'm sure Muller will be very pleased if he can manage to pull off a second place in this championship, especially to a guy like Peter Davillard, who is already a TPS champion. I'm just actually looking at his statistics. Davillard is, in 30 races in TPS, he has finished on the podium 21 times. That is
ridiculous.
It just shows his outright conditioning to race, but he's also got 9 race wins and 4 pole positions. So it's Muller's just looking to fend off Levesque for that second place finish.
Yeah, he's and Levesque, we should mention him actually that he managed to crash his moped the other day on some icy roads, and he managed to break his collarbone on his left arm. So he's actually not using his left arm, he's using just his right arm only. And we've seen Reese Gardner, who also can't use one of his arms, who's posted some YouTube videos trying to help out Will. And Will actually has been showing reasonable pace. So, but we feel for Will, obviously. But the way he described the incident was kind of funny. He was describing the road like it was a racetrack, saying he wasn't quite in the camber and that the ice caught him out off guard and all that kind of stuff.
He was on a moped, Toby. He shouldn't be telling people that. He should be like, it was a hit and run incident. You don't tell people you rolled your moped. Come on, William. You should have said someone hit you and ran.
I can just imagine him going around every corner with both knees down. I think he's a MotoGP rider.
Oh yeah, but team championship wise, still fairly close. Precision Motorsports. We've got Keaith and Davillard here, so this could be a very close finish here, because both Keaith and Davillard are showing pace, but Muller and Levesque, this is going to be, I think, the biggest battle on track, because you got Muller and Levesque both racing for the second place title spot, but they need to work together for that team championship, and you being team boss or one of the team bosses, I'm sure you're going to be kind of...
Well, yeah, I mean, you've got Butcher driving in THR Red alongside Levesque, and Butcher will be looking to help out Levesque, and obviously Visa Muller has Vinicius Ferreira, who is a little bit further down in the standings. So they kind of put themselves in teams where you'd expect Butcher to have helped out a little more, but he missed a couple of rounds. Obviously, he was in Abu Dhabi for one of them, so can't really, it's a shame for that, but you can't really help that. But we are, of course, for the final round at Mid-Ohio. But starting yesterday, I just want to quickly talk about WSS, because it was such a ridiculous couple of races, and obviously both using the Game Stock Car platform, both the Virtual Mini Challenge and the World Superdeck Series. So I mean, the races were intense on track for me. I mean, what was it like to watch, Keith?
Well, I mean, in the booth, it was myself, Liam, and Ryan Callan, and we pretty well. It was nail biting, and I mean, we had some big names show up, making their debut in Touring Pro Series, and it's not to be taken lightly. There's a lot of talent that has grown in Touring Pro Series as itself that a lot of people don't know on the outside of Touring Pro Series. But that being said, everybody, all these newcomers showed a lot of pace, and I really do think that WSS is going to be one of the most, if not the most competitive league in the history of Touring Pro Series, based on what was seen. And you can actually check the broadcast out, live replay on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/TouringProSeries, and make sure you subscribe there as well. This way you'll never miss a single event, and you'll always be up to date. But racing-wise, it was spectacular.
It certainly was, and of course, race 1 winner Jack Keaith, he is racing in this particular event. So we'll just bring up the. He's actually in a default livery. Actually, we were hoping he'd be in the Precision Motorsports livery, but they didn't submit one in time. So he's in that car, for all you watching out, with no actual name on his name or number.
Nice looking skin though, but he is running for Precision Motorsports, and we are happy to see Precision putting in a solid effort in TPS, because they've got a good, definitely one of the biggest names in sim racing as a team, and they've got some really good talent like Dave Villar, Keith Lee, and it's going to be to the wire here, as you already seen with the team championship points.
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, they are only a few points behind THR. I'll just bring that back up. They're only 18 points behind THR Red, so that's going to be a close battle. But yeah, Jack Keath out there today, helping out Dave Villar, hoping that Dave Villar can win the championship, secure the championship. Would be his second championship in Touring Pro Series. He won WTM in Season 2 of WTM.
He did, yes. But he'll be the only two-time winner in 2 different leagues to have a championship in 2 different leagues at that point. And the only other guy to do that is who none other than.
Oh, you tell me, Keith.
Oh, Jesper Talberg, the Iceman, and it's a ongoing joke that I'm a big fan of Jesper Talberg, just because I've raced with him forever pretty well, and he's really just put it down in the past few years and made a huge name for him. But it's nice to see Butcher is actually slowly climbing up the ladder here. I think he's just starting to get his pace in, and he's getting ever so close, ever closer to Dave Villar, and that's going to be the main battle. Is Butcher needs to get ahead of Dave Villar, and Levesque needs to get ahead of Keith Lee. And there you go, Levesque just pops ahead of Keith Lee, and
one-armed Levesque. I wonder if he's, you know, he's obviously been practicing quite a lot with just using that one arm and downshifting and upshifting with the button and the paddle on his G25. So. It's pretty crazy stuff, that.
It is. I'd actually love to see an onboard video of him doing a couple laps like this, and be a good thing to see, just overcoming some adversity. And then, like you said, Reese Gardner has constantly been racing like that, and we've seen him put in some great performances in the past in TPS. But now we have 2 one-arm bandits here racing today.
Yeah, well, hopefully Reese Gardner is showing up. Yeah, he is. He is actually in the server. There he is.
I saw him join in, so should be good. Reese is definitely a big fan of TPS, and one of the Aussie contingents here racing in the VMC.
This is, yeah, we set the time zone to help out the Aussies, but we didn't quite get as many Australians, Brazilians and Americans, which is kind of what we set the time zone for. So perhaps we'll move it back to a European time slot, depending on who signs up.
Slightly revisit a little bit. We always making little adjustments here and there to bring the best experience to the drivers. And
of course, this is the first season of the virtual mini challenge as well, and always the first season you don't quite get the sign-ups that you do in the second season. You just look at the World Superdeck Series, for example, first season on Game Stock Car, and we had you know 5 or 6 good drivers, but you know we've got 15 really.
It's immense. That's shaping up to be probably the series to watch. Actually, surprisingly, also on the note of other leagues, is ATCC has shown incredible legs, and we were a little reluctant to go back to the Race 07 game engine for the ATCC, but it was kind of a necessary thing. Long story, but going back to Race 07, we've actually seen some of the highest views on YouTube for the American Touring Car Championship using the older game, but it just shows that you know, in its 5th season it still carries even using an older game. But you can check all that out again by going to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/TouringProSeries.
Yep, you certainly can. our YouTube and Facebook channels, or Facebook page, isn't it, are really going on strong, aren't they, Keith? And we're getting some good likes and some good views going on
For
recently.
sure,
So
no, it's all about the sharing. You have to, when you find something as good as Touring Pro Series, you need to share it with everyone. Don't just keep it for yourself. Pass the link on. Friends, family, anybody, even foes. They must know about Touring Pro Series. We're up to 491 likes. I'm hoping that by the end of the weekend we could be up to 500, and it's definitely likely that we can make it there.
I'm hoping Eric starts another lap in a minute. I'm trying to find someone who is actually about to start a hot lap. Chris Butcher just started one.
Yeah.
It's James Johnson. So take us for a lap, Keith.
Well, as you head down through turn 1, it's going to be a little bit of camber. You got to carry as much speed as you can and try not to do what James has done there, running wide. But what you're going to do is run up here into turn 2. It's an uphill braking zone, and then you start to go downhill as you turn to the right. Very good passing opportunity, but if you miss your brake zone and you get a little too much curve, you can actually run wide on this corner. Front-wheel drive is a little more friendly than rear-wheel drive. And now this is the longest straight on the track here. This is where you're going to get to your top speed. As you've got a very good slipstream in these cars. Going into turn, well, what would be technically turn 4, is going to be a very heavy brake zone, but it's downhill to the right, as James Johnson's going to just start to brake, coast in. He's going to try to get right to the curb, not quite as far in as he needs to be. You're going to come up here, hold the inside, drift up the track, come back down. It's a very that's one of the trickiest corners in racing, in my opinion. Now you're going to go quick right here, and he's not quite hugging the apex as he should, losing a fair bit of time, but now you're going to go left, up over the crest, it's kind of blind, and then another quick right, and then this is a very tricky corner as it's kind of uphill to the right, and your car is going to get weightless and drift up to the left-hand side of the track. Now, this is a very good spot. If you've got a good run coming through that corner, you can outbrake your opponent into this corner. Just kind of very ballsy move. I don't know if we'll see a lot of passes here, but getting inside is what you'll need to do early. And then you've got a double apex here as the penultimate corner approaches. To get up on the, use a little bit of curve, not too much there, and then you're going to go quick dip to the left, and then that's a lap around Mid-Ohio.
It's one of your favourite tracks, isn't it, Keith?
I love it. I love it.
It's actually not one of my favourite tracks. I kind of despise it, really. Actually, it's such a momentum track. You've got to link up a series of corners, and if you mess up one, especially in the S's towards the end of the lap, if you mess up one of those corners, it can put you offline for the next one, then the next one, and you end up losing half a second, and you're not quite sure why.
Yeah, well, and I think the reason I like it so much is not because it's not a racing track, but it is more it's fun to drive on your own.
Yeah, it's a good track to hot lap on, but not really for racing. But I'm sure we'll be proved wrong in the minis, which like their slipstreams, as Johnson is closing in on Wiesenmüller, as you can see, and we've seen slipstream battles all season. And it's a nice track to finish up on in America as well. I like my American finales. We've got Sebring in the WSS. Of course you've had that before in
ATCC.
ATCC. So it's nice to have Sebring as a finale, and of course Mid-Ohio here. Another American finale track. So just 58 seconds till qualifying 1, so the first qualifying of the day, which will set the grid for the first race.
Well, and look, Wiesenmüller's been the pace so far. He's almost a tenth clear of his sister teammate there, William Levesque, and those two guys are battling for the second place finish in this championship. So Wiesenmüller is stamping, well, basically making a statement here, saying, "Look, I'm not going quietly. I want to take this second spot." And Levesque being hampered with an injury, Wiesenmüller's just taking advantage. Yeah,
I can see Levesque, if he gets in a big slide or something like that, might not be able to control it as he would like. He's probably okay as he's just driving around normally, but perhaps not, as he's if he gets involved in a big slide or has a difficult card to catch, he perhaps won't be quite as on the ball as he would be with two hands. So it'll be interesting to see whether that actually plays a part.
Yes, definitely. Now qualifying is 10 minutes, I believe.
Yep. So nice short session. I think it's 10 minutes. I'm now going to check because you put me off.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, it is 10 minutes, yeah. So 10-minute session. And
10 minutes for these guys to set a lap. Keaith seems to, or sorry, not Keaith, Duivelar seems to be content with just running where he is. He's got a championship to close out. Obviously he'd love to win a race, but this championship is his to lose at this point.
Ooh,
so
hello.
we're going to be switching sessions here. Just usually takes a little bit with GameStop Car. Experienced this yesterday with the 40 cars that we had on grid
that was
for
fun,
WSS.
wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it was a blast. We were discussing it quite a bit in the broadcast booth. As we were, the cars just seemed to just disappear and then they reappeared. But
there you go.
the nature of online, and you've got now 10 minutes to set a lap.
Yeah, we'll just wait for everyone to synchronize with the server. Jack Keithley. Yeah, you see they're stationary, they're just waiting for the server to synchronize. One thing I would say is Brian Callen was supposed to be racing today, but his sister has got 8 of her friends round, and they're all having a party downstairs, he says. So he might make it for race 2, depending on how quickly he can shove them out of his house, which I like.
Yeah,
so you can see the guys coming out on track now. But it'd be nice to see Ryan actually do a race in these. He's actually got quite good pace in them, and he's got good pace in any front-wheel drive car, quite frankly.
Yeah, and it would definitely add a little bit of excitement to the end of this season. But the minis brew absolutely great racing. Front-wheel drive generally does, because the closeness and just the fact that there's not a massive amount of setup changes you can make, as you can see when you watch the Clio series. The closeness is there just because of the likeness between the cars, and it comes down to what the driver's capable of doing with what he's got available.
Yeah, and also they're quite easy to drive, aren't they? They're easier to drive fast than a rear-wheel drive car, because you can kind of save slides and correct the car with the throttle as well as the wheel. So they're slightly easier to control, which is generally why you see in touring cars you generally see the cars being front-wheel drive. You know, until they've got too much power for the front wheels to handle, and then you start getting series like DTM and V8 supercars. They use rear-wheel drive. Yeah. Just wouldn't make sense to put 500 brake horsepower through the front wheels. So, but one person I want to bring up, Jonathan Ockerklint. He's in 12th, but he had a stellar qualifying session last time out, and was in the top 6 in qualifying, believe it or not.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but he unfortunately did a jump start and had to do a drive-through penalties, so that undid all his good work. But he's got decent pace in these, so watch out for him. He might grab a top 10 again here. Well,
you can see just ahead though, you've got the teammates. Keithley is providing a break in the air for Devilar, as they're now. This is going to be their hot lap. If you hop on the backside of Keithley, looking back on the game pod wing, Keithley's doing a very teamly duty here, providing his teammate and championship leader Peter Devilar with a very nice slipstream, and it's also important, especially around a track that's very momentum based. Now this is the longest part of the straight. Now if he closes in to his bumper, you're talking good 3-4 tenths, but he doesn't quite seem to be closing as much as you think.
I think Keith had got a better exit, and then Devilar was just a couple of car lengths too far back, so it didn't quite work this time. It probably gave him a 10th, I would say. Yeah,
and I'm sure that these guys are going to go out and continue to do this with this lap, because Keithley has showed just a slight better pace through practice. But these two guys are definitely seasoned veterans in any form of sim racing. You can ask anyone around the world that sim races; they know these guys.
Yeah, definitely. And the other thing I would say about the minis is because they're road cars, basically road cars, very obviously modified versions, but they actually produce lift at the front end, so it's actually beneficial to be in the slipstream, because it takes some of that lift away. It gives you slightly better front end, believe it or not, which is part of the reason you've seen such close racing this season.
Well, I'm expecting to see some fireworks here and some very good racing, just with the fact that you've got the battle between Wiesemuller, Levesque, and this team championship that is just kind of dangling there for THR to take. And I'm sure you know who you'll be rooting for, as Devilar takes the provisional pole at a 1:38.560, but it's still not as quick as Butcher's purple. Quite a ways too. That's and Levesque takes provisional by 1/100th of a second, as Butcher's still purple. Can he take his teammate Levesque down? These two need to be at the front. Maybe Butcher was running a race pace, pulling at a Jesper Talberg, but Butcher's coming across the line, and he's going to take the pole by a hefty margin, a 10th and a half.
Over a 10th, yeah.
Wow.
That's a good lap from Chris Butcher, but obviously these are just the first laps that these guys are doing. 1:38, that's almost a 100-second lap around here. It's quite a long lap.
It is.
And you can see Keithley and Devilar have swapped over this time.
Well, here's the thing: is Butcher his pace entirely through practice was a 38.7, 38.8 the entire time, and it would be very typical if those lap times would be typical if he had race fuel in, and was doing what Jesper Talberg tends to always do in practice, is practice strictly with race fuel and then go out and nail a fast lap, so no one really knows what you have. And to drop 4/10 from practice, it looks like Butcher is playing the mind game here and trying to win this team championship for you guys.
Adrian McNaughton has jumped into 7th position. He's someone I thought might sign up to the World Superdeck Series, but obviously didn't have time to do that. But he was joined by Emmanuel Gashella earlier in the season, but Gashella not with us anymore. James Johnson is in 8th position. Scott Cervic in 6th.
Nice work for him.
That's a great qualifying lap he's put in. Dave Allard moves up into 2nd position, by the way. Knocks out Levesque barely.
Just barely squeezes through there. Davey Vendeveen for AD Racing is in 5th currently, looking to improve on his time. Not going to do it this lap around, but Adrian McNaughton goes personal best.
Yeah, Johnson moves up to 6th, so he demotes Cervic and McNaughton. And McNaughton himself is on a green, which means he is up on his best sector. But let's see what he can do as he comes towards sector 2.
He could very easily jump 2 positions, jump ahead of James Johnson, because he's only 9 thousandths of a second, or 900ths of a second off. Sorry, we messed up there a little bit.
Only a 10th off. Look, this could easily be top 3.
This could very easily slot him in, as we've got McNaughton looking to close out his lap. He could definitely move a ways up on this grid and get himself some track position for the start of this first race.
Right, pops up into 6th position. We've got Jack Keithley's going green as well, so he can move up. As Swiderski moves up into 7th position as well. Here comes McNaughton across the line. 5th position, that's good for McNaughton. Top lap for him. Let's have a look at Keithley then. So Keithley coming towards sector 2, and he's got a THR that's Butcher right behind him, and he's only a 10th down, but he might if he has a stellar final sector, he might demote Levesque, but I don't think he will.
Yeah, Levesque's taking the spot back from Dweebler. This is the top 4 currently. This is the team championship battle. This is THR Red versus Precision Motorsports. So this is the battle that we were expecting to see, and they're not letting us down. Keaith crosses the line, still stays 4th.
He improves, but not enough to improve his position. Let's have a look at Butcher, who is actually on the back of Jack Keithley for this next lap. And Keithley runs off the track, won't give him the slipstream, so Butcher. I think Butcher slightly messed up through turn 1 as well. You don't want to be over that curve on the inside.
Wiesenmuller, he is half a second down on his current time. He's gone green. Wow. Wiesenmuller. So he was the quickest guy in practice. He was the only guy to get down to a 38.3. But he hasn't shown the pace here so far in qualifying. The pressure's on, not so much as it is when you're in practice. But Wiesenmuller shows the pace. He just has to put it down, get his lap in, so he can be in this fight at the start of this race.
Needs to be well further up than half a second on himself. Half a second would just take him to a 38.8. So he's half a second down on Butcher. Although he's half a second up on himself, he needs to do a hell of a lot more than that.
Yeah, well, he's still got time. He could probably get 2 more laps in if he carries on the way he's going. But he definitely needs to get his time down and get a good lap in here, because starting behind, in the top, outside the top 8 is not where he wants to be. He needs to be in that top 5 as he goes through. He's in the
great final sector though, by the way. 2/10 he gained on Butcher through that final sector. So obviously Butcher had a slightly. So obviously there's a point 2 actually in this racetrack.
There is, and Wiesenmuller though, he's done the 38.3. We just need to see it right now. Butcher didn't show any pace in practice, and now he pulls it out in qualifying. Sounds like a little bit of gameplay in here.
Ethan Bass is 2.5 tenths up on himself, so this can move him up a couple of positions. He's a few tenths down on the leaders, but the times are pretty close actually. Believe it or not, the top 10 covered by half a second, so that's pretty close, especially considering slightly reduced field size compared to the start of the season. But James Johnson moves up to 9th position with his lap. Let's see what Bass can do as he crosses the line. Does not improve.
Yeah, Peter Duvillard is actually Wiesenmuller's 2 tenths up on his time, which could slot him into the top 3 actually, if he could manage to pull that off. Duvillard is up on his time, but Duvillard will finish his lap before Wiesenmuller, as he's running into some traffic. He's got Ockerklint in front of him. I don't know, is Ockerklint going to yield? They are both on I think they're both on a hot lap.
Yeah, Dave has 3 tenths down anyway. So let's jump back to Wiesenmuller, who's coming through Sector 2. He's only just over a tenth down, so this will move him up. He's 4 tenths up on himself, look.
If he can make that time up in the last sector like he did this time around, he could potentially dethrone Chris Butcher and take this pole position. But he's going to get one more lap, and if he doesn't do it this time around, he's going to get this corner just right, dip down to the left, carry as much speed as he can. Let's see, can he do it? Robert Wiesenmuller looking to dethrone Chris Butcher. No. Up to 4th, though. He now is in between Duvalar and Keithley.
That's important, isn't it? To be between those two guys who are obviously going to work together, and that looks like a perfect first corner from Wiesenmuller as well. So we'll follow Wiesenmuller as he completes his lap. Jack Keithley coming through Sector 2. Levesque is a tenth up on himself, and he's only a fraction down on the leader, Chris Butcher. And of course, we saw Butcher didn't have a quite perfect final sector, so can Levesque take pole position away from his THR Red teammate? Let's see as he comes through the final sector, final couple of corners, and these couple of corners you can lose a lot of time in. So let's see whether Levesque has lost some time. He's a fraction away. Davilar's up.
Davilar's up, and so is Wiesenmuller. Wiesenmuller and Davilar are both up.
He's run wide.
Yeah, he just overshot it.
Yeah. So I don't think this will be purple through Sector 2. Let's see what Wiesenmuller can do. He's just come through. He's going to come across. He's not going to come across at Ockerclint. I thought he was going to. A little bit tight through there. You see, you just get a bit tight through that first part, and you lose speed through the second section of the S. He's got it nice and tight into the curve, though. Let's see as he comes through Sector 2. Yeah, 2 tenths down. It's not going to be anywhere near for Wiesenmuller, I don't think.
No, I don't believe so either. I think this is going to be. I think your grid is set pretty well with Butcher on top and Levesque in second.
Davilar's messed it up.
He decided to show off that lovely skin for Precision Motorsports. But Wiesenmuller will be pleased that he got himself into the top 5 for sure. I mean,
yeah, definitely. He's in a good enough position to race from here. Crosses the line. Oh, he does improve to 3rd. Demotes Davilar. Oh, that's so crucial for Wiesenmuller.
It is
so crucial.
So now he's right in behind Levesque, who he is battling for the 2nd place in this championship. But this puts a big buffer of 3 THR drivers, 2 THR Red and 1 THR Green ahead of Precision Motorsports, both Peter Duvalar and Jack Keithley. So this is shaping up to be a very, very exciting first race.
Certainly is. I'm actually dead excited now because we've got the championship contenders up there. They're all kind of 1, 2, 3, aren't they? And it's only Wiesenmuller and Davilar who are realistically in with a shout. I think mathematically, let's have a quick look. Mathematically, no, Levesque actually cannot win the championship, so it would make sense for Levesque and Butcher to let Wiesenmuller go or try and help him as much as they can. And then if the championship is won, which it likely is going to be through race 1, that's when you kind of let battle between themselves for the 2nd position in the championship. But quick rundown of the field then. So Butcher, Levesque, Wiesenmuller, Davilar, the top 4 in the. I corrected myself and I actually said his name right the first time. So the top 4 in the in the timesheets are kind of the top 4 contenders for both teams and drivers' championships, with Jack Keithley there in 5th, hoping to play the supporting cast role for Davilar. Eric Tveit, it's a good qualifying for him up in 6th. He could get in amongst it and cause some havoc.
Well, we've seen him do it on multiple occasions where Tveit just comes. Like I've seen him in WTM and Clio's where he starts a little further back and just all of a sudden he's right there in the race and he's just throwing a cog into everybody's wheels. It's
yeah. I mean, Tveit is now a race winner, of course, isn't he? So
he beat Jesper Talberg and ruined his perfect season in WTM.
Did, yeah. McNaughton and David van der Ven on row 4, with James Johnson and Swiderski 9th and 10th, rounding up the top 10. Scott Cervic, who we did see in 5th or 6th, was it? Now in 11th position with Ockerclint in 12th. So not a top 10 for Ockerclint, but still a decent result. Then you've got Isles, Ethan Bass, Reese Gardner, who perhaps hasn't done the practice because we've seen him a little bit higher up the field earlier in the season. Chris Sykes, Ray Lilly, Vinicius Ferreira and Brett Gray, who did manage to get his game sorted out in the end, which is good.
Yep, very good.
We were a little bit worried about that. Yeah, so top 5. Predict a winner.
Well, it's, let's see, I was pretty good in the WSS predictions. I'm going to go out on a limb here. Butcher, Levesque, I'm going to go with race 1 winner is going to be Jack Keithley.
Okay. That's a bit brave, considering he's in 5th and playing a sporting role
Hey,
to Dave Villar.
hey, well, honestly, he's got Dave Villar is racing. Just he needs to get finishes. Keith Lee doesn't really have anything to lose,
Of
but
course, yeah, sorry to interrupt, but
yeah,
of course Dave Villar only needs 15 points to
exactly.
clinch the championship. So that's a piece P7, I believe he needs. So I think that's right.
Well, these guys also got to think about that team championship. That will be the first team championship for Precision Motorsports in all of TPS, and that's a big deal. When now they're putting together a contingent to race here, that would be a big deal for Precision to do that here in the VMC in the first season, nevertheless. So I'm going to go with Keith Lee for my prediction. What about you?
I think Butcher will win it. I think Butcher will win it from pole. By the way, Wiesenmuller's made it a little bit more difficult for himself. If he'd have got pole, that would have been an extra point, but unfortunately he's not. So he is 45 points back of Dave Villar, and Dave Villar just needs 15 points, which is an 8th position to secure the championship as a result of his greater number of wins. But if he DNFs, it could be interesting.
Yes, and I mean, you never wish that upon anybody, but that would make things very interesting
definitely.
going into the second race. But you know, all the luck to Dave Villard's, no issues. He should just close it out because he's done everything he needed to win this championship, and rightfully so. He's going to be the crowned. If he can pull off an 8th place or better, he'll be crowned the first virtual mini challenge champion and take home a GamePod racing rig. So perhaps we should have a look at GamePod for 1 second.
Yep, we'll be back after this.
GamePod, the ultimate race rig for those serious about sim racing. Puts you in the driver's seat with all the controls at your fingertips. Be number 1 on the road, in the race, in the game. GamePod, the choice of champions.
So just a 1 minute 30 seconds left of warm-up. We'll just go through a couple bits more TPS admin. Just talk about the next couple of events coming up. Firstly, we've got the final round of the Virtual Clio Series next Wednesday, 28th of November, starting at 19:45 GMT. And you'll be there with Liam Jenkins, because unfortunately Scott Woodwiss he's got work commitments. So Liam Jenkins and Keith Barrick will be your commentators for that one.
It's going to be good stuff. Do not miss that. It'll be a good. Even though Toby has been crowned champion, his first championship, it seems to be kind of an inner family here with the whole TPS. But Toby definitely worked hard to win that championship. But still, nonetheless, it will be some good racing, and be sure to tune in. And the following race will be, I believe it's ATCC, where I will be racing.
Well, yeah. I mean, Laguna Seca always provides immense racing in the ATCC, as you well know, Keith.
Yes,
Keith, I'm going to crash at the final corner, Barrick.
Yep, it's good times. If you want to see my blunders in past seasons, you can go to Season 3 and Season 4 at Laguna Seca, and you can see me literally just throw a championship away. Laguna Seca is probably one of my hated tracks, and I'm actually fairly quick there, but the racing is always good because the corkscrew provides a lot of entertainment, but the racing is always fairly clean there. It's just when you get guys like me who make really silly mistakes for no reason, it provides double the entertainment. So make sure you tune in to watch me completely fall apart.
Hopefully that won't be the case, Keith, and you'll be somewhere near the front. But yeah, it's actually quite competitive, the ATTC this season. We've got Cayado, we've got NATO, we've got the Walk Racing boys, of course.
Oh yeah,
who have come on really strong since Mr. C's taken them under his wing, which is great to see.
Karamadaro Bogdan has been a great team leader for these
Certainly
guys. Kilo and Lauritsen and Sorensen, they've raced with us in the past, and they've really calmed down and they've matured a lot. And it's great to see them putting in the performances they are, because what it does is it just adds more depth to the championships that we're running, and it just means that when you get into one of our championships, you're not just racing against 1 or 2 guys. You got to beat 5, 6, 7, 10, 15 guys like we're seeing in the WSS. So if you're on the sidelines, if you're sitting there watching one of these broadcasts live, or if you're watching this on our YouTube channel, or you just happen to see us on Facebook, what you need to do is get signed up and get into these leagues, because this is where the racing happens.
Hopefully Mr. Robert Wiesenmuller has remembered to put the formation lap in. It looks like he has. So we've got the formation lap now, and the field will come round, slot up in their grid slots, and we'll have our final. Well, we've got race 1 of the final round. We'll be starting in just a couple of minutes. Levesque and Butcher leading them around. Butcher obviously taking that fantastic pole. Wiesenmuller ahead of Develar. I hope we're not going to see any shenanigans.
Well,
I hope it's going to be. I'm sure it will.
Oh yeah,
but,
no, you got guys like Develar, Keaith. They'll be racing fairly clean. Develar has what he needs to do in his mind, but they're also thinking this team championship. And I mean, you've got to be proud as a part THR owner to see them 1, 2, 3. However, Wiesenmuller and Levesque have all the right to fight here for the second place in the championship, because I know that Wiesenmuller would love to finish this championship out with a second place. However, it might hamper the THR Red run against Precision. So
yeah, that's the thing. Wiesenmuller trying to get the drivers' championship might affect the team's championship indirectly, and it won't be his fault. But yeah, as you say, he might get in the way of the THR. But THR Red have got a lead over Precision. I can't be biased as a commentator, but secretly.
No, of course. But I mean, it's I like secretly I would say my favorite driver is well, I don't know if anyone knows this, but it's probably Jesper Talberg.
Do you reckon? I don't know.
Really?
Type in the chat box if you didn't know that.
Yeah. Well, I do predict to see. Actually, with these cars at this track, this combination should prove to be very clean racing, because there's no real kill zones. And what I mean by kill zone is where you've got like a long straightaway into a 180-degree corner. Well, actually it does, but it's a fairly slow uphill braking zone. But I mean, when you get like a very hard 180-degree corner where you're braking to, you can generally get a lot of punting or fast corners where guys are just dive bombing down the inside. There just isn't those. There's not a lot of places like that here on this track, so should be clean.
Something's happened here to Brett Gray. He's miles behind the rest of the field.
Oh,
they're
he's
lining
there
up.
He's there.
He's there now, but he was miles and miles behind. So
perhaps
obviously
he had to go to the bathroom. Pulled off
maybe.
the side, but we're going to be lining up here.
Yeah.
We've got these guys lined up.
Here we go. Here are the red lights, Keaith. And we're going to get away for the final race of the virtual mini challenge season 1, and the first race in the final round. And Butcher gets a good start, and he's got Levesque on the inside, and Levesque looks like he wants to take the lead, but Butcher sweeps in front and retains first place. Levesque is still in second place, and already Develar making a move on Keithley. In fact, Keithley looks like he's still up the inside as they head towards turn 2, and this is of course an uphill braking zone, so hopefully no one will be caught out.
Wide into turn 2. Look at them in the background. You can see you've got Keithley I think he just gave a little bit of room to Peter Develar, as you've got the rest of these guys behind. Eric Tveit, McNaughton, Van de Veen. These guys have nothing to lose here. They don't care about this team championship. They're here to prove a point that they deserve to be in amongst these guys. And Tveit has already proved that this season with a race win, as Keithley is just kind of, it seems to be he's the blocker to prevent anyone from getting in the middle of this battle up here.
He's being rear gunner for Develar, isn't he? And making sure that he does protect his Precision Motorsports teammate.
Or anchorman, he could be the anchorman.
He's the anchorman in Football Manager terms. Wiesenmuller's got by William Levesque already, so Levesque is being the rear gunner for Wiesenmuller early on, as Butcher has escaped, hasn't he? Just by a few tenths of a second so far, but he has escaped. So be interesting to see whether that gap increases or whether it doesn't. Yeah, I mean, great start for these guys at the front, and it's nice and clean.
Yeah, so far so good. But you've got Develar battling all over the back of Levesque here, very close. But this, again, the battle between Levesque and Wiesenmuller is part of the second place in the championship. But I'm wondering if perhaps Levesque doesn't feel as confident in race pace next side by side with Wiesenmuller. Doesn't want to cause a problem, seeing as he is, physically handicapped here for this race today.
Yeah, if you weren't there earlier on, he's broken his collarbone in a moped accident, and he's just using one hand. So
he's trying to drift.
I do find that amusing every time I say that, by the way.
Yes.
But but Levesque sitting there in third position ahead of Develar. It's all kind of status quo. Tveit is very close indeed to Keithley, so this could be interesting, because the slipstream of these cars is very powerful indeed. Look, here comes Tveit, and he's got a big enough gap behind him, so he doesn't have to worry about McNaughton, doesn't have to worry about defending from him. Keithley's sent him to the outside. It's going to be a brave move to go around the outside there. Further up, here comes Develar up the inside of Levesque, and he's done him.
Through. Levesque's trying to counter. He can't quite do it now because now he's got the inside, but Devilar's now all over the back of Riesemuller. He made a very quick move. As you see Toby climbing the curve in the background, Devilar seems to be on a bit of a mission as Butcher is steadily keeping a gap there, but Devilar has shown that he's got the pace here in the race, and same with Butcher. I mean, I believe he was practicing with Fuel, and this entire time our pole sitter just taking off and so far leading.
Yeah, he's 0.9 second lead at the moment from Wiesenmuller. It's plenty big enough, but Devilar will be pleased to get by Levesque early on, and Levesque will try and do everything he possibly can to get back through. A little bit of bumping going on, and Levesque's back up the inside of Devilar into the final corner.
No,
I don't think he's going to do it, because Devilar has the inside for the final corner itself, and
now Keaith has got a massive run on the
yeah, he has,
because he's lost his momentum through those final corners. Now this puts him in the clutches of the Precision Motorsports driver, who is not in a Precision skin, but he is in fact driving for Precision Motorsports, and this is key for this team championship. You got Levesque and Butcher with Devilar in between them, so we're going to be interesting to see how this all plays out here in the first race.
I thought Devilar was going to, I thought Levesque was going to go too deep into that corner, just about survived, and I don't think Keaith is very good through that corner, because Fight is right on the back of him once again, and he's lost a bit of momentum actually as Fight, so I think Keath was just running wide just to get the exit.
Sorry, if you go back to 7th, James Johnson is in 7th, leading this massive pack down this long straightaway. He's got Van de Veen on the back, because Van de Veen's down the inside into turn 4. Look it, Van de Veen is through. Johnson.
Oh, he's gone too deep.
No, he's unbooked the fight, and now Johnson back into 7th. Van de Veen slides back to 10th.
Oh, that was interesting. It nearly cleaned up Ockerclint there. Just about got away with it. But as you say, I mean, Johnson leading this pack, and it's mayhem behind him. It's just swapping positions left, right, and centre. I don't really want to take our eyes off the front battle too long, but
no.
Look at these cars. One, it's Johnson. Then you've got Swiderski, Cervic, Ockerclint, Van der Ven, and Vinicius Ferreira's a little ways back. He's leading a second pack of swarming minis behind him, and that's Gardner alongside Robert Isles, and Gardner trying to go around the outside is not going to happen, and Robert Isles maintains that position in 14th. Let's head back to the leaders, where once again, Devilar fastest lap as well.
Fastest lap. This is precision driving from the Precision Motorsports driver. That was a good one, wasn't it? I was waiting to say that.
Oh, but look, Levesque's got a bit of a run out of turn 1. Is he going to be sending one up the inside? Actually, Devilar's having to go defensive, and that's going to compromise him onto the long back straight. So let's see whether Wiesenmuller blocks him a little bit on the apex to give Levesque a run. Levesque just can't get back across, can he, to do the undercut?
Nope. Perhaps it's because he's racing. He just can't get quite the arm around it.
Oh, for God's sake! Puns everywhere today. As at least he's completely armless now.
Yeah. Oh, that was a good one. As we've got Devilar has Levesque has a popcorn-esque view, circa Liam Jenkins, as this battle rages on in front of him. But Butcher just seems to be flawless so far, as he's just maintained a gap of 0.8.
Yeah, he's dropped a couple of tenths though. Look through this sector, because it was 0.8 seconds down the back straight. It's definitely less than that, more like 5 or 6. So Butcher is being reeled in by Wiesenmuller, so it's kind of only a matter of time. I think Wiesenmuller will go through into first, by the way. I'm sure Butcher won't fight him too hard.
Well, they have to maintain that thought of the team championship for THR Red if they can, because right now they're sitting fairly good with Butcher and Levesque ahead of Keithley, but with Devilar squeezed in between them.
I think Levesque got into the back of Devilar there. I don't think that was. Devilar!
No, we've lost.
No way! Oh!
He suffered a graphics lock.
Graphics freeze.
He is still okay.
Oh.
Devilar is still okay. That is unbelievable. We do not want to. We do not want to on anybody, but that is a heart-stopping experience when you have that.
He was so lucky he didn't, because when you have a graphics freeze, the screen goes black and then it rejoins you. It rejoins you back in the game. And if he'd have been amongst another car, he could have easily been sent into the barriers then.
Wow.
And Devilar lives to fight another day, but he dropped off the top of the field as a result.
I don't know if I've ever seen that from Devilar, so that is
me neither.
It's an uncommon thing to happen, and what a time for it to be happening. So, I mean, wow. I really hope that nothing more happens to Devilar, because that is not how you want to see things go down for anybody in a championship hunt. But he's still currently sitting in 6th and sitting safe. So,
I'm not sure what's happened back here. Ray Lilly and Chris Sykes both miles back. I think Chris Sykes, I saw Chris Sykes in the pit lane.
They started from the pits. Both Ray and Chris started from the pits. So that's what happened with them.
Okay, so obviously didn't quite get in the game in time, which is not the first time that's happened to Ray Lilly, is it? So obviously it goes off to do something in warm-up.
Eric Tveit is all over the back of Keithley again, as Keithley seems to be struggling a little bit with the left and right transitions. Tveit seems to be a little more, just fairly menacing, but pushing very hard as he seems to have smoke coming off his tires pretty well every corner.
Yeah, I kind of wonder whether it's something to do with steering ratio or steering lock or something like that when you get people who aren't very good at switchbacks, because it's about getting your hands over to actually swap it from left to right. You can get more precision if you've got a greater steering ratio, you know.
Looks good there, and now he's going to go back from right to left. I see he watched up a little bit. It almost seems like he didn't have enough steering lock there. As Eric Tveit goes the fastest lap. Never mind. I'm going to I retract my statement. 38.4 for Eric Tveit.
That's a great lap time, that. But of course, that's in the slipstream of Keithley for the whole lap. Yep. Oh, look at the run that Tveit's got, by the way, off that first corner. He's going to send one up the inside on Keithley. Here we go. He's in the braking zone. He's got alongside. Is Keithley going to be able to sweep around the outside?
Oh,
Tveit's done him. Oh, what a move!
What a move by Eric Tveit. Maybe catch that on replay so we can see. That's a textbook.
Well, hang on. Let's see whether Keithley can actually get him back down the back straight. Here we go. He's bumping him. He's bumping him. Thinking about where he can go. There's actually nowhere for him to go because Tveit's driving through the middle of the track. He's sending him around the outside. So Keithley gonna have to try and brake later and get the inside for the next corner. It's not gonna happen. Tveit washes up through and takes that position away.
Was it just me, or did it seem like that Mini was about 20 feet wide as he was going down the straight there?
Where is David Lahr? Down in 12th?
Oh no, he suffered did he suffer another...
Oh yeah, let's have a look.
Oh no.
What's he doing? He's back in 12th?
Let's see what happened.
Oh, it's happened again?
He had another graphic... Oh dear.
Oh no, what's happened here?
He must have had
it's lag, could be lag. No! Look!
Oh no.
Johnson's got into him, or someone's got... No, that looks like screen freeze again, because he's stationary.
Yes.
Surely. Oh, we don't know. I don't know, I'm afraid.
I'm gonna actually see if I can pull this back on mine. I don't.
Go for it.
I don't think I can. I don't know the button on my screen. Oh, that is so unfortunate for Duvelar. He's back.
Probably R, by the way.
I tried that. Yeah, no, it isn't.
Okay. Levesque then, still ahead of Tveit, who's got ahead of Keithley, which is crucial, by the way, for the Teams Championship if Tveit has got ahead of Keithley as well. But David Lahr back in 11th, that's not good enough to wrap the title up in the first race, you know. He needs an 8th. Should Wiesenmuller win, which I'm sure Butcher will let him through to do so now that David Lahr's had his problems.
Oh, that is so unfortunate for him.
Look at this bunch. Top 5 within breathing distance of each other. I mean, further back you've got David Lahr. What's happened to him? He's not got any damage.
I got my replay going here.
Okay, keep us informed.
Yeah, okay. What happened was what we were seeing there was him. He came up. He was going into turn 2, got the screen freeze on the outside of the track, and then what happens is he disappears, reappears in front of the 55 car of who is that? It's a Norwegian flag on top, I believe. Number 55. Geez, sorry, I've just not... He reappeared in front of the 55. Sorry. But anyways, he reappears and he gets hit from behind and that sends him off.
Cervic. Scott Cervic.
Sorry. Sorry, guys. I apologize. But he gets
I couldn't remember myself.
He got hit by Sovic and sent him very far off the track, and he's definitely going to be suffering from some damage. So it's very unfortunate for him. I've never even seen this from David Lahr in any point. I've never seen him actually have a screen freeze in any championship. Crazy stuff. But this is the nature of. But that's not going to fix itself, though, is it? That's going to happen to him repeatedly. This could easily happen to him race 2 as well. So this could be Wiesenmuller's championship. As I speak, Levesque's having a go at Wiesenmuller. They need to be careful not to battle here. No, because the Team Championship is available too, for one, and you've also got the Drivers' Championship. But now also Levesque is thinking about he's got a chance at this Drivers' Championship if David Lahr is far back. He hasn't, dude. He's 60 something points behind. He's too far back. Mathematically, he can't do it. It's only Wiesenmuller versus David Lahr. But of course, Levesque can take second from Wiesenmuller. I'm honestly, I'm really beside myself about what's happened here to to Dave Villar, because in all of the racing he's done, which has been a lot, I've never seen this come from him. So
yeah, I'm just keeping an eye on him, quite frankly, because he could easily drop back further with another screen freeze. So, by the way, Butcher looks supreme up front, and it kind of would be a shame if he had to let Wiesenmuller go, but he has to. Those 3 points it might make all the difference in the championship. So, Johnson still leading Swiderski for 6th and 7th, by the way. Van der Ven has dropped back a little bit. Cervic, of course, involved in that incident with Dave Villar, completely not Cervic's fault. Ockerklint is now in the top 10, which is great for him. Who is Dave Villar? I mean, it's just unbelievable, unbelievable stuff.
It is. It's really unfortunate what has happened here for Dave Villar. However, there is still a race happening. I mean, up front we've got Butcher, Wiesenmuller, and Levesque battling very hard as Wiesenmuller sets the fastest lap. That's a killer lap by Wiesenmuller.
It is a great lap.
But he is still being hounded by Eric Tveit. He's only 3/10 back of this battle.
What's happened to Jack Keithley?
Oh, no.
What's happened to Jack Keithley? He's
Keithley
out.
DNF'd. I'm gonna put.
Let's see if we can.
Let's see. I'm on board with him.
We're not going to get anything. Has he just lost connection? Look, he's just lost connection. This is crazy for Precision. Crazy scenes. And Butcher leads then from Wiesenmuller and Levesque. So it's definitely a THR Red Teams Championship, so they don't have to worry about that now.
He was just up the inside. He was right behind Tveit when it happened too. I can't believe this.
Disconnect for Keithley. Unbelievable. Technical problems for Precision is going to prevent them from winning the team's championship here, and it might prevent Dave Villar from winning the. But of course, that puts him up to 10th. He only needs 2 positions now, and Cervic's only 2.6 seconds ahead of him.
So, and where is Peter Dave Villar is in 10th currently, closing in on Jonathan Ockerklint. So Dave Villar is still pushing hard, still the championship leader, and will be after this race if he finishes in 10th. And then race 2 is going to be very interesting, to say the least. Yeah,
he only needs a couple of points in that, of course. But a retirement before 75% of the distance is up would mean a no score. So it's still very much in the pipeline, but he's gaining hand over fist on Ockerklint. He's going to definitely do him there. And he might well do Cervic as well, but it depends whether he gets another technical problem or not, doesn't it? Wiesenmuller, by the way, does not look as quick as Levesque. I think Levesque's got the pace on him, but Levesque doesn't want to take that position away until it's definitely not going to be Wiesenmuller's championship.
We've got Gary Lennon as a fan of Eric Tveit for Ice Cold Racing, as he's cheering him on here.
Yeah, look, he's closed on this battling THR pack, you know, and he's definitely the wolf among the sheep, isn't he?
For sure.
And look at this. Look, he's got a run on Levesque as well.
Yeah, and you know that Tveit is not. He's only looking for a good finish this year, and we've seen it from him as he's already beat Toby this season. As he's up in the back of Levesque down the inside. No, not going to do it. He's going to think better of it.
Plenty of time left. There's still 7 laps left. It's quite a long lap here, so he doesn't want to do anything too early.
No, you don't want it. You don't want to rush it and then put yourself in a spot where you.
By the way, Chris Butcher is slowed down a little bit, I think. Either that or he made a mistake, because Wiesenmuller's all over the back of him now. So I don't want to take my eyes off this battle, because I know anything. If we miss something here. Oh, by the way, Dave Villar all over Ockerklint. Let's have a look at this.
Yeah, I would expect to see Dave Villar go by Ockerklint fairly soon here. This is a tough spot to make a pass in, but makes mistakes.
Oh, hello! Oh.
That's a scary
What he
moment.
does not want to do is get taken out here, does he?
No. He just needs to keep his head cool. Make the move when you've got the room, because right now it's just about making positions up cleanly as he goes around the outside. Not going to do it there as Ockerklint defends hard.
What he doesn't want to do is get involved in a too lengthy battle with Ockerklint, because Garden's only 3 seconds, 2.5 seconds back, so they could close up quite rapidly, and he could get involved in quite a big battle. And these cars are so close, performance-wise. Oh, yeah. Look, he's going to try and make a move into turn 1.
Nope, not going to quite do it. He's going to need to try to get it out of turn 2. That's the best opportunity to make the move. I think with a little bit wide there. He can get a draft and get in close. I don't know if he's going to be able to throw one up the inside here.
It'd be better off waiting for the long straight, to be honest, wouldn't he?
Oh, for sure, absolutely. And slowly but surely, one thing I noticed is James Johnson's up to 5th for THR Purple, and Darius Swiderski's up to 6th, so he'll be pleased with that result, taking advantage of some of the mix-ups here, as Dave Villar got a wicked run as
Clint!
a little bit of movement on his defensive there, as De Villars is around the outside. He's he's not quite by, but he will have the inside for the next corner as they go side by side through turn 4,
Done it.
and it's through. De Villars is through.
By the way, these two crossed. Wiesenmuller and Butcher had 0 gap between them as they crossed the first sector line. So obviously Wiesenmuller was right alongside Butcher on the outside, I presume. So I don't know why Butcher's defending. There's no need.
No, he wants a race win. I mean, he races hard. You know this, and I think everyone knows that he's constantly racing hard. But he wants a race win in this championship.
To be fair, if De Villars does make that extra position up, then Butcher, it doesn't matter where Wiesenmuller finishes. So Butcher's probably waiting for that moment. He's led him through at the last possible minute, I guess.
Yeah, and Scott Sovic is 2.5 seconds ahead of De Villars.
Yeah, but what's his lap time? What are his lap times? What are their comparison? De Villars quickest, obviously. He's been battling.
Sovic is running 39.6 last lap. De Villars was at 39.4, and he's
obviously
significantly quicker.
Yeah, De Villars obviously been battling, isn't he? So
yes, yeah.
39.6. I think De Villars probably a second lap quicker. So I think that'll be 8th position for De Villars come the end of the race. So, obviously, I'm not going to say that for sure. Van der Ven and Swiderski are quite close on track as well, so we'll keep an eye on these two.
I'll keep an eye on the front here while we keep an eye on that. So
yeah. So here comes Van der Ven down the back straight. He's got a slipstream on Swiderski, but it's not quite close enough, I don't think, to make a move into the heavy braking zone into turn 4. It's actually really the third corner on the track, but they call it turn 4 because of the kink in the straight. He's taking a lot of curb there, but yeah, too far back from Swiderski to make that one stick. No, he's got to wait perhaps until the next overtaking opportunity. Ethan Bass and Robert Isles are side by side as they head into turn 4, and looks like Ethan Bass has gone through past Robert Isles. Nice clean move, and Vinicius Ferreira is there, as is Adrian McNaughton. I'm not sure quite what happened to McNaughton.
Up front, what I just saw was Levesque went wide through turn 2, and this has put him in the clutches of Eric Tveit and allowed Wiesenmuller to just pull slightly away. Oh, there was contact there. Oh, sorry, that was a bit of a. I'm on replay, so we'll be okay.
Oh, Keith.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, it looked exciting from my side, but that was 53 seconds ago.
So Butcher, 0.3 seconds from Wiesenmuller, and De Villars is 2 seconds away from Scott Servic, as Butcher runs a little bit wide, and Wiesenmuller isn't going to make the move, I don't think, just yet. They're probably talking to each other on TeamSpeak. Oh, here comes Wiesenmuller up the inside, and Butcher's left him room, but Wiesenmuller wasn't quite alongside. Why do I call him De Villars? And now they've got the long back straight to compete with, and he's just a little bit too far back, I think, Wiesenmuller, to make the move this time round. Swiderski and Van der Ven still locked horns in their battle, and Swiderski staying out on top at the moment.
Well, I would say that my prediction for Jack Keithley might have put a curse on him. I'm really sorry I predicted him, because it might have just gave him that commentator's curse, because he was still on the back of Eric Tveit, so he would have been in that battle up front, regardless of what had happened to De Villars. So it's a very, very unfortunate that Keithley DNFs there, as these guys are still battling at the front, and De Villars is, well, in 9th currently, but still closing just slowly, ever so much each lap.
1 point, what is that? I can't do the maths. 1.2, isn't it?
1.2.
Back of Cervic, so we'll keep an eye on that. It's come down by a second on this lap alone, so he's definitely gaining, and he's now 1.1, so he's got another 10th from sector 2. So looks like De Villars is going to take that position, which is why Butcher is not letting Wiesenmuller through. And in fact, he's pulled out a few tenths in that final sector as well, so 0.7 as they cross the line. And Vec is just desperate to get by Wiesenmuller, but just won't do it.
Well, they're also battling for that second spot. So
yeah.
So like Levesque and Wiesenmuller are battling for a championship standing between each other. But Eric Tveit is the guy that could just really mix things up here, and we've seen him do it in the past as he does. He battles hard, and he's there to get a good result here.
This battle is quite interesting. Ethan Bass still leading this train of cars, but he hasn't shaken off Robert Isles since he got by him, and Adrian McNaughton is still there. He's made up a couple of spots since the start of the race. Jack Keath, of course, and Chris Sykes. We didn't see Chris Sykes' incident, but he started from the pit lane anyway, so those two are our two DNFs. Ray Lilly back in 17th, he's still plodding around. He obviously started from the pit lane as well, so he was a little bit hindered. Same for him, not quite sure what happened there. Brett Gray bringing up the back of this particular battle. He's a couple of seconds back actually. Let's just check on the gap between Davilar and Ockerclint. It's down to 0.4. Here we go. Sorry, Cervic. So here we go. This is a championship winning move if you can make this one stick.
Well, he doesn't need to do it right. He doesn't need to push too hard. He's got the pace, he's got the power, and he's got the precision. He's only 3 laps back. He's still got 3 laps to go. So just pace, power, precision. And you want to know what's really really quite amazing is the fact that when he got that rapid slot, because he's down the inside, Sovic was the guy who got into him when he reconnected. So
yeah, indeed. Not Sovic's fault, of course.
No, not Sovic's fault in the least. It's just he reappeared in front of Sovic, and this sent. That's what ended up sending Davilar off. Is Sovic
trying to go around the outside? He's not going to work here. Surely he's trying to make it work.
He's holding it. Sovic pinches.
Sovic's giving him room. So Davilar is in a championship winning position. Oh, he's let him back through. He obviously bumped him through. So Ockerclint is with this battle. Might take the position back from Davilar, which is not what Davilar wants to happen. But that could easily happen. Look at this. Oh, it's so tight.
This is for the championship. All he has to do is finish in 8th position, who be a champion. Oh, up front we've got a big battle. These guys are really close. Butcher made a small mistake.
Oh, here we go. Oh, look, Fight's got a run as well, but the THR guys are in line, giving a slipstream to each other. Wiesemuller going around the outside of Butcher.
Mayhem and carnage.
Oh, he's braked later. He's swept in front. He's taken it. Oh, he's going to run wide. Oh, I don't know. He's alongside Butcher. He's done it. He's done it. Wiesemuller's first.
Close it off. Levesque's still there. Butcher's still holding the inside. Side by side is the loser is Butcher. He goes back 2 spots. Levesque trying to go by Wiesemuller. Sideways contact. Oh dear. Jeez, this is not where you need to be doing it, boys. Teammates battling in the spot that people don't generally pass.
Davilar's back to 10th. He has been done by Ockerclint. Ockerclint's done him. Oh, Jonathan Ockerclint, the hero of the hour for the THR boys. Disaster for Davilar. And he's back to 10th. And this could be crucial. He's still got a couple of laps. He can still get by these 2 guys. And you don't wish ill will on Davilar, but
it's just Levesque is making a move by Wiesemuller through the final corner. He's not going to do it. Levesque is now.
Who are we going to watch? Look at this on the back bumper, and Butcher's thinking about a move. Wiesemuller's got to go defensive because Levesque had a tiny bit of a run. Oh, he's got into the back of Wiesemuller. Oh, this is crazy stuff. Twite's going to be through. Oh, it's cat amongst the pigeon stuff. Davilar's back in 10th. These guys have been battling. Wiesemuller will not be happy with that.
Is that Butcher down the inside? Butcher's down the inside of Levesque.
Yeah, he's down the inside. I wonder if perhaps they think that Davilar can't win the championship from there.
Tavite's got a wicked run on these 2 guys here. So Tavite is the guy he's gonna have to decide which side am I going with, and the inside is looking pretty good right now as he's pushing. He's on the back of Butcher, headed down into turn 4. He's trying to go up the middle. Now he's trying the outside. Who's he going to go with? Butcher, Levesque, side by side. Tavite's trying to make a decision. Which way do I go? And no, they slot in. Levesque slots in behind Butcher. I guess they realize the threat of Tavite being there is enough to ease off a little bit. But Wiesemuller, the big loser there, goes from first back to fourth.
Crazy stuff. By the way, look at this. Ockerclint still defending from Davilar. He's defending like a hero. Davilar's trying desperately to get through. It's not all over. I mean, this is not the final race of the season, remember. There's still 1 more race to go, but Davilar would surely want to wrap it up in this race. It's just, I can't believe that they did that, those 3 boys at the front. Oh, and Ockerclint's wide. Surely that's given the position to Davilar. He's going to go and try and go around the outside. Ockerclint's still there, though. Ockerclint's still there, and he's still got the position. Sweeps in front of Davilar.
There you go. He's crossed over. He's not going to quite do it, though. He's just defending for his life. In 9th position, he's holding on, and he's not given an inch. And rightfully so, he's battling for position. But Davilar just must be getting a little frustrated, but he doesn't need. The 8th place would clinch it in this race as he goes down the inside.
Oh, Davilar trying to give him a little bump and run. Not going to happen.
Well, if Robert finishes 4th, that's the other question. He'll win if Robert finishes 4th.
Yeah, well, yeah, of course.
Yeah, actually, that's right. Yeah, that's. Yeah, I guess we're.
But the THR guys could still engineer a win for Wiesemuller here, definitely.
Yeah. Well, they're still battling really hard. Butcher's leading, Levesque in 2nd. This is the final lap. This is going to be it. This is going to be all she wrote. But right now, it is all about THR trying to fend off Eric Tavite here. He is the charging guy, and Butcher leading. I think he wants to take a win in this championship. So he's
do you reckon?
VMC. I think he does, just a little bit.
Just a little bit. And Wiesenmuller is not going to be able to make his way through 3 guys, surely, on the last lap.
No, I can't see that, but Butcher...
I can't see that happening either.
Levesque's up on the inside!
Oh! Not going to do it around the outside, I don't think.
Not
Spike's still there. It's crazy. I mean, Davilar's not making a move on Ockerclint because he knows now.
Yeah,
he knows he's okay. These two have been locked in battle for a few laps.
Well,
I can't really watch them. So let's...
Oh!
Oh! Wiesenmuller's taken out Spike! Surely! Replay.
Oh, let's just quickly see that what happened there because we're coming up. We got to give these guys their due. As Wiesenmuller gets sideways.
Oh, he got sideways and into Dwight, and he's let him through.
Yeah,
he's waiting for him. So that's championship over. That means Peter Davilar is going to be the virtual mini challenge season 1 champion. These two still battling all the way to the wire. Butcher's still got the run and is still ahead of Levesque. So it's going to be Chris Butcher for his first race win of the championship. He takes the victory from Levesque. That means THR Red are the team's champion. James Johnson has gone all the way to 3rd to take his first podium, and Wiesenmuller takes 4th, but it's not good enough for the championship because Davilar's got by Ockerclint on the final lap and takes the 8th position that he needed anyway, because of course Dwight lost ground all the way back to 11th position, and he will not be happy with that. And quite frankly, I don't blame him. He's obviously clouted the wall big time, and that's crazy. That's crazy what just happened there.
Yeah, it was absolutely crazy. I mean, it was a battle right to the end. I think if I saw from what I saw, I think I saw Tveit loose himself going into the uphill right, and he was up on the curve. And then Wiesenmuller also got into the same position, but just tagged the back of Tveit. Now, we won't know until after it will be reviewed, but it didn't look. Obviously, it's not anything ill. Wiesenmuller did slow down, but just didn't get a chance to wait. But Peter Davilar, champion of the first season of the virtual mini challenge, and taking home a GamePod rig provided by our main sponsor, the biggest supporters of TPS, GamePod.co.uk. Check them out.
Beautiful stuff. So we'll be right back after this.
GamePod, the ultimate race rig for those serious about sim racing. Puts you in the driver's seat with all the controls at your fingertips. Be number 1 on the road, in the race, in the game. GamePod, the choice of champions.
So welcome back, guys, and absolutely mental scenes here. So Wiesenmuller is not the virtual mini challenge champion from season 1. Peter Davilar is. In fact, it wouldn't have mattered if Wiesenmuller had won that race, because of course Davilar did take that 8th position, took the 15 points, and that means he is the champion. So congratulations to him. But ridiculous scenes, actually, quite frankly. We lost Keaith, of course. We didn't know whether Davilar's screen freezes were going to recur and whether or not he was going to be able to finish the race. But Chris Butcher taking the win from Levesque, and they didn't orchestrate that quite as perhaps they should have done, but it's still a THR 1, 2, 3, 4 with Wiesenmuller in 4th position. And I should think Wiesenmuller is not too happy right now, and I don't think I'd be myself, quite frankly. Absolutely crazy final lap, and it looked like he just got sideways on the curb, got into the back of Tveit, and Tveit couldn't do anything about that whatsoever. He was just kind of back off the track and into the barrier. So I don't know what to say. Hopefully we'll get Ryan Callan for race 2 and we'll be able to watch him and see whether he can get involved at the front of the field. It'll be interesting to see whether we get a different race winner. But nevertheless, he's just sent me a message saying, yes, he'll be here, but watch me crash. Which is actually quite a likely outcome. Keith's just gone for a quick comfort break, so while he's doing that, I'll just quickly play the Clio video, which of course is the next broadcast that we've got coming up next. Welcome back. So, after the excitement of race 1, Keith, race 2, with Ryan Callan in the mix as well.
Yeah, it's so Callan is in for the second race. Awesome, that is fantastic. It should be great. It's a great way to end this championship because these cars are all a lot of fun. There's no doubt about it. We've got another qualifying and another race. Callan has now just hopped in, but yeah, Jack Keaith saying his internet cut out on him. Very unfortunate because it was looking very promising. Well, until we had Peter de Villard having the graphics lock up, but it was looking very promising for both of them for this team championship. But now we have Callan trying to join, but he's getting a little mismatch here. So Callan always was complaining about people not getting the mismatches, and now he's getting one
obviously
himself.
Hasn't updated his game.
Oh, Callan.
Yeah.
Us TPS admins, I don't think we know what we're doing sometimes, do we?
I know I don't.
No, we just pretend. But that's fantastic. Now, Peter de Villard goes into the books as being the second driver, only the second driver in Touring Pro Series to have won in two different championships.
Yeah,
so very well done to him. He is now in in the elite group, which he was already a part of. Let's be honest here. But he is now in the elite with Jesper Talberg as being one of the only two drivers to have won two championships. He's won World Touring Masters in Season 2 and now the first season of the Virtual Mini Challenge. So congratulations to Mr. Peter de Villard.
Definitely one of the top 3 or 4 drivers in the Touring Pro Series. Well, of all time anyway. Of
all time, and I mean he's done some incredible things outside of Touring Pro Series. All you got to do is Google his name. He's a huge name, and such a young talent as well too.
Yeah.
And it's great to see him close out another championship here in the Touring Pro Series, and also win himself a GamePod rig, which we will be getting sent off to him. Compliments of GamePod.co.uk.
Yeah, he loves his prizes, doesn't he? I remember coming in for the cash prize that I offered up for the final race in World Supertech Series Season 1, and he came in and nearly won. But Talbot took the victory in the final lap. Me and you commentating on that one as well.
We did, yeah. I know it's a little bit of history. We always seem to be always there for the big moments, but we will definitely, when Peter does get his gaming rig, we'll make sure to get some pictures with the champion and his prize, as we did with Jesper Talberg.
Yeah.
So, you're very well done to him. That's all we can say is congratulations.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to see exactly how he performs after the GamePod rig turns up at his house. I know William took a few days to get used to his rig when he bought his, and it's the change of driving position. It can be a little bit off-putting, but certainly once you get used to it, it's definitely a better way of driving. It's a more immersive, more it's more realistic way of driving. And
well, see, for me myself, I've always raced in a beanbag chair because I can literally adjust myself any way I like. And it's kind of soft on your backside too when you're racing for long distances. It's great for endurance racing. Beanbag chairs.
My brother's bought basically an office chair which looks like a racing seat to race with. So.
Well, speaking of that, actually, that's a new product that'll be offered by GamePod as well too. They will be offering just basically a race seat set up as an office chair. So again, I mean, we do keep talking about them, but they are a big supporter of what we do here. And GamePod, we are the first first PC Simulation League organizers that GamePod has ever sponsored, which is a huge honor, and we're so thankful that we have picked them up. And we can't thank Ash enough from GamePod for all of the support for this season and everything else they've done for us. So be sure, if you're tuning in, all you got to do is just a quick like on Facebook, and it shows the support for them, and it helps keep them interested in supporting our leagues as well.
And of course they're with us for quite a while now. Actually, they're dipping their fingers in one or two other ideas as well with us. So we're looking to put on perhaps a big event coming up as well. More details will be released close to the time. So it'll be interesting to see whether as Defect does a 38.4 straight off. What's that?
And Butcher does a 38.5. Dave Allard 38.7. I think with the addition. Oh, Van de Veen a 38.5.
Great lap.
That's 0.3 quicker than he's gone total this entire event so far. So well done to him.
Yeah, it's a great lap time for him, and that could easily put him in the top 5 overall, quite frankly. Well, actually saying that, 0.3s is the ultimate pace, we think, isn't it? 0.3s, 0.2s. So,
yes.
Yeah.
Well, no, 0.4 was the pole. 38.400 was pole last time around. So he's only 0.139 off that. So that would have slotted him in 3rd the last time around.
Yeah, so so he's definitely up there. Keith Lee, of course, slotting into 5th. Gardner pops up It's a 39.2, so he won't stay there actually. Let's see if anyone else.
As it is.
Yeah, provisional. Let's see if we've got anyone else. We haven't seen much of Ray Lilly. As Jack Keath goes purple, we'll hang fire before we switch to him. I just want to show off Ray Lilly's skin because he hasn't had much airtime this season. It's a very pretty skin, and he's got a very similar thing in WSS going on. So kudos to him. He does very nice liveries, doesn't he, Ray Lilly?
He does. Great guy, and good to see him out here. Hopefully he can get to the grid on time and not have to start from the pits this race.
By the way, we're still missing Visa. I don't think he's going to show up for race 2, quite frankly, and I kind of don't blame him. Actually, it was such a gutting way to lose the championship, and then the last lap altercation with Eric's fight, and I think he just doesn't want to race in race 2. So,
well, perhaps he may show up. He left just after Callan had joined, so we don't have Callan rejoined yet. So we have no, Wiesenmuller has ducked out, so he said have fun guys. So Wiesenmuller will not be racing in this next race, so that leaves second place open for William Levesque.
For Levesque, sorry, I think he said Butcher, as Keithley pops up into 4th position with a 38.5, still behind David van der Ven, by the way.
This is going to make it very interesting.
He's going quicker, but he needs to. 39.2 is current best. James Johnson popped up into 9th. Swiderski, my game froze slightly there. I think that was as Ryan Callan joined. There he is in 18th position, so we'll watch him in a moment. He's only got 4 minutes to set a lap time, so interesting to see. I wonder how much practice he actually done as well. Swiderski up to 6th, so that's a good lap for him.
I believe Callan is in his Jacques Villeneuve skin.
Iconic Jacques Villeneuve skin, and he's got the Jacques Villeneuve helmet as well. See if I can rotate to show you that.
Yeah.
There you go. See?
Yeah, there he goes.
That's Calneuve, as he's
right.
as he's trying to push us to call him as a nickname, by the way, which we're not going to do. So David Lyle is still green. Let's see whether it actually hasn't gone through sector 2, so he was just green in sector 1. Let's see where it comes through sector 2. It's still green on himself, but 1.189, sorry, down on Levesque's pole time, provisional pole. So we'll see whether he can improve or not. Swiderski going purple through sector 1.
Swiderski's feeling racy a little bit, maybe, because that'll put him into the 4s. He's just gonna have to maintain, though, obviously. But it's nice
tidy
to
so
be
far.
there. McNaughton in purple as well too. So maybe Levesque not having the fastest first sector.
It could have been slipstream for these guys as well. Swiderski didn't look like he's got. Oh well, Butcher's gone 0.137. So yeah, it looks like it was a slightly poor first sector. So that shows you actually that you can. Well, 0.137 up on Levesque's time would take you into the 2s. So
yeah,
we're still purple though, Swiderski. Well, this could put him right up at the front.
Swiderski's feeling very racy. We've the nickname of Swider. If you've ever run across anybody named Swider on any public services, everyone sees. Look at the screen is all purple and green. Everyone's going faster.
I don't know who to look at.
Swiderski is going to be coming across the line. Is he still purple? But he can definitely slot himself into the top 5. Swiderski going to second.
Oh, second position. Butcher's coming through. He's run wide. Let's see what McNaughton can do. He's the only other person who's purple.
McNaughton coming across the line.
Not good enough.
38.7. But oh, look at that. It's putting him in 7th with a 7. That's the field is much tighter. Swiderski's only 0.005 of a second ahead of Butcher.
They've lost not on a lap yet. James Johnson's coming towards sector 1 now, so let's see whether James Johnson is up as well. It must have been a poor sector for Levesque, that first sector. Well, yeah, he's purple as well, so there you go.
Purple too. Yeah, it is. I mean, you've got. Where's Callan though? Callan is sitting.
He's not done a lap yet, so he's still in 18th. So keep an eye.
I will actually keep an eye on Callan right now and see what he's got.
Don't want to miss anything further up. We'll follow Johnson for a bit because, of course, he's still purple. Well, and he's in the THR purple car as well.
I would expect to see this be some fun racing because right now there's really nothing on the line. This is going to be kind of a send-off to this championship.
Yep. Clint is purple through sector 1, by the way.
Levesque must have just been dragging a boat anchor there in sector 1. If everyone's getting ahead, like I think we've seen everyone go purple so far.
How the hell did he do such a quick lap time? Must have had a stellar sector 2 and 3. Oh, no, Clint's lost it on the curb. No, it's so easy to do. That's exactly what Wiesenmuller did, by the way. Jack Keithley's going quick.
I think Callan's on a hot lap right now. Looks fairly clean. Maybe
Johnson's gone up to 8.
Cycle through just so we can see Callan.
Yeah, okay. Let's have a look at Callan. Coming through to the end of the lap. I couldn't see his sector times. It's obviously going to be green. Well, actually, he's not green, even because he's not set a lap. So
Keithley is still purple as it stands right now at a 38.5. But look at how tight it is at the front now. Keaith Lee in Sector 2, he's green on himself, but not faster than Levesque so far. So as it stands, Callan slots into 10th. Keaith Lee can't quite get ahead of Levesque. It's Levesque, Swiderski, Butcher, Vendeveen, Keaith Lee, Davillard, McNaughton, Johnson. Top 8 currently with 46 seconds left. So I'm gonna kind of see who is out on track still. Let's see. We've got Butcher's out on track. Butcher's out on track. Vendeveen has parked it.
Oh, it's Fight on a lap. Fight is on a lap. So these two are gonna trip over each other if they're not careful. It's gonna give a dream slipstream to Butcher. It depends whether Tveit actually wants to carry on his lap or not. Tveit needs to. He's in 10th. Can Butcher get by him?
Yeah, Tveit needs to get up there because and McNaughton is purple as well too. I'll keep an eye on him.
This is going to be stellar first sector for Butcher, by the way. Look at the slipstream he's got.
Yeah, Butcher's going to go.
It'd be 2 tenths up.
Yeah,
he's only a 10.
10.
Oh, he's so late on the brakes. Oh, he's going to be held up by Tveit here. I can imagine the rage going on in that channel.
Well, Tveit needs to get up though. He's in 10th. He needs to be in this race. He was there at the end of that race, but him and Wiesemuller came together. He's only 8 tenths off of, or 8 hundredths off of Levesque currently. Keaith Lee 0.154 up on
McNaughton's only 0.076 down.
Oh, this is it. We're going to see a last-minute jumper here. Keaith Lee may take the pole. Butcher still may take it. Who's going to take this pole? I have no idea. Butcher crosses the line, I think, and he is done. No, not quite. But he's no longer purple. Levesque holding this pole as it stands.
That very early on as well. Keaith Lee is still up, nearly a 10th up through Sector 2. McNaughton does not improve. Let's see what Keaith Lee can do. He's still purple through Sector 2, so of course he needs a good final sector, which I think is Levesque's strength on his lap. Let's see as he comes through the final couple of corners.
Jumps up to 7th. Eric Tveit up to 7th.
Yeah, so obviously did compromise Butcher because Butcher does not improve himself. I think he actually quit back to garage. Keaith Lee coming across the line now. Second! Oh, by 0.001!
1,000th of a second. Oh, that's going to be an epic picture to see to close this championship off. We've seen a dead heat tie in the first race of World Touring Masters between, I believe it was Jesper Talberg and Toby Davis.
Yep.
But now we've seen 1,000th of a second.
Look at Tveit and McNaughton, by the way. Same, identical lap times themselves. Ignore Keaith Lee, he's back in the pit lane.
Incredible.
I don't think anyone else is on a lap. I'm cycling through now.
No, I believe
Callan only 11th.
Well, he'll be there come race time, but I don't know how much. It's hard hopping in and just going right into race pace. You generally got to do a few laps to get yourself on the just on that groove that you get, and you know well how that goes. So
yeah, let's see whether we can get through into warm up. We can. That's good. Let's see who can we follow. Get the game back in. Who is there anyone on track? Anyone at all? Nice if there was. David R in the pit lane. He's 6th position for David R, so not quite as good as he'd hope. Swiderski, the star of that session though. 3rd position. Brilliant that time.
There's a little bit of fun being had in the pit, telling that trying to get Ryan off his game, saying there's a mandatory pit stop in the second race. Although we just said Peter Duvillard just left. I'm not sure. He should be probably rejoining.
Yeah, I'm sure he will.
Just making sure he doesn't have any issues with his.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Maybe you just want to do a quick rundown, Toes, before they get any laps in.
Yeah. So we've got Levesque and Keaith Lee on the front row, which will be fireworks, I'm sure. 3rd and 4th Swiderski. What a lap from Darius. And Darius, that's the first time he's really shown proper pace in these cars, so it's great to see him at the front. Van der Ven and Eric Tveit row 3, McNaughton and Johnson row 4. Johnson, of course, taking a podium in the first race of the day. Reese Gardner in the top 10 this time round, so hopefully we'll be looking to improve on his race 1 result. With Ryan Callan, the first time he's raced in these minis all season in the final race, so Ryan in 10th position, various things preventing him from racing, including commentating, actually, on this very series. So Robert Isles and Jonathan Ockerclint in 11th and 12th positions, with Scott Cervic, Ethan Bass, Brett Gray and Ray Lilly rounding out the top 16. And actually that's the 16th of our 16 runners, although you've got to put David R back in 6th place ahead of Tveit and ignore what I said from there downwards. You just have to put them all back 1 position because David R's left the server, but there we go.
Yes.
So anyway, predictions. Last time I said Butcher would win from pole, and I was absolutely right.
Well,
you're going to say Jack Keath Lee?
You know what? I'm going to go with Jack Keithley.
Alright, well this time I'm going with Levesque from pole. Aren't I safe?
Oh wow, you just constantly safe. Well, Levesque, I'm very impressed with Levesque coming through the adversity and racing the way he did. But
makes me wonder whether he hasn't taken the biggest painkillers in the world and he's just driving with two hands. Actually,
he's feeling really good. I'm sure he's going to put.
Give me more morphine. I can feel the pain.
Well, I'm just wondering if perhaps he's going to, well, being from Canada and living, you know, in heavily snowed areas, perhaps he could put some studs in his moped tires to prevent this from ever happening again, or maybe wrap it in chains.
As if they don't sound bad enough already. But instead you've got them on the road going.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, definitely. But I would have loved to have seen the video of him doing the nice drift in that bike, just skidding across the ice and then down.
So I'm aware all of those sound effects were incredibly annoying. I apologise to our viewers. Please don't leave.
Must have sounded great. But this is going to be a very fun race because Levesque, Keithley, Swiderski, Butcher, Vendeveen, all these guys, there's really not much to lose here.
No, there's nothing to play for, is there? The championships are wrapped up. I think THR Red have definitely won the team's championship now. I'm pretty sure they have, anyway. I think barring like double retirements, but they came first and second, so surely must be wrapped up. So
yes,
yeah,
it would be wrapped up because it was an 18-point gap. So as it stands, this is going to be just a very good exhibition for these guys because. Well, you got a lot of guys very close. You got some new faces in for the second race. Vendeveen's there, Swiderski's there, and I know Swiderski very well. And actually, just while we were kind of poking around here, I actually looked up Darius Swiderski's statistics. And a lot of people may not know if they're from the Euro time zone, if they haven't seen a lot of the ATCC races. But Darius Swiderski has competed in 60 races in Touring Pro Series, which is a significant amount. He's raced in pretty well every ATCC event ever. He also raced an AGTC and was the runner-up in that championship in its first and only season, which the Minis actually eventually replaced AGTC. He's got 4 pole positions. Now, mind you, there would have also possibly been some second servers. He has 3 race wins as well, and he has 10 podium positions. So, he's got 55 points finishes out of 60 races. So, a very consistent runner. And you know what? A lot of people may not know that about him, but you can actually see all these statistics. If you go to results.touringproseries.com, you can actually find your driver and then select through, and then at the top left beside their name, the S button, you can see all statistics for every driver that has ever competed in the Touring Pro Series. And you'd be amazed at some of the stuff you can find out. Reminder
of our other websites that you can go to, youtube.com/TouringProSeries. You can go to Twitter and tweet us at twitter.com/touring_pro and facebook.com/touringproseries. Of course, not touringproseries.com/Facebook. We don't host Facebook, as Ryan said the other week. It's actually facebook.com/touringproseries.
Well, actually, I did want to point out to Ryan in the race, but I never did. If it was touringproseries.com/Facebook, it would just be a page off of our own website. So,
yeah, there you go. It wouldn't actually take you to Facebook. We don't host it at all.
That's right. Exactly.
Shame.
Yeah,
it'd be loaded.
Yep. Well, we've got second race coming here. We've got Ryan Callan now addition into this. James Johnson finishing third in that last race. So
great result for him.
Right, pleased with that. But this is going to be a very fun race. Are we doing another formation lap?
Yes, we are. Well, hopefully. I'm fairly certain we will be. The server hasn't changed, so yeah, we will be doing another formation lap. I don't know why I didn't just say yes, because I knew that was done, so
if you would have, you're kind of waffling a little bit, Toby.
I do apologise. Keith Lee, William Levesque on the front row of the grid. Keith.
Yes.
Fireworks or no?
I don't know. We'll see. We've got a formation lap. We've got a formation lap here to line up, and we'll see some fireworks. I do think. I could have just said yes. I think I was waffling again.
Levesque pulls us away for the formation lap, ahead of Jack Keithley. Swiderski in behind Levesque on the grid. He will be on row 2, alongside Butcher. So I think Swiderski could actually spring a surprise here. I know I've predicted Levesque for the win, but if he gets involved and if he gets in the slipstream, because we saw Fight do that, didn't we? And Fight not necessarily.
you know, I actually, when I was waffling about Dariusz Swiderski and his statistics, what I was trying to actually get out, I think, was the fact that I like racing with him in ATCC. When he's in the race, he's there. He doesn't just generally just all of a sudden he's gone, like absolutely no pace. If he's in the race, everything clicks and everything goes well for him. So I would expect to see him keep in the middle of this battle. I haven't seen enough of Davy Vendeveen to really make an educated assumption as to how it's going to go for him, but to be up there amongst these guys, that's a big thing, and he's got to be very pleased. He's ahead of De Villard, he's ahead of Tveit. Those guys are race winners. Adrian McNaughton's right in company. James Johnson's there. Reese Gardner, race winner as well. Let's see, Levesque, Keithley, Swiderski, Butcher, De Villard, Tveit. Johnson, I believe, is a race winner as well. Reese Gardner's a race winner. Callan's a race winner. It's a big company. So we're going to be lining up here.
I'm kind of hoping we're going to see Van der Ven actually take a win here. I think it'd be nice to see another race winner in the Touring Pro Series.
It would definitely. But these guys are just getting around here. They're going to line back up one more time. We're going to see another standing start to close off this successful first season of the Virtual Mini Challenge, where we have now crowned, well, I'm not going to say officially, provisionally, Peter De Villard is your champion for the Virtual Mini Challenge Season 1, sponsored by GamePod.co.uk.
If I was him, I wouldn't actually be doing race 2, because he might pick up some penalties, but there we go.
Yeah,
because we know Wiesenmuller's not racing, but there we go. It's up to him.
Yeah, well, you know, Wiesenmuller, I think he was possibly a little bit perturbed, maybe just the way things went out. But you can see Tveit. Look at Tveit. That is such a Toby Davis move. Aiming your car down the inside. Come on. I see this from you every time we do a standing start. But
oh, hello.
Let me just.
Go on.
Everything looks fine at the back.
Yeah, it's okay. Here we go. Here comes the lights. So they're going to go away for the final race this time of the Virtual Mini Challenge Season 1, and we are go, and it's Levesque who leads us away, and he's got a reasonable start, but Butcher's trying to go through the inside. They're going to go 3 wide into turn 1, and Keithley's got it. Keithley takes the position away, and it's Butcher who moves up into second position ahead of Levesque. Further back, De Villard's ahead of Van der Ven, and Swiderski's dropped all the way down to 9th. What on earth happened to him there?
He must have spun the tires or just bogged down at the start, but he's fallen back, and that's very unfortunate because now he's in the midst of literally a gaggle of cars here, as Ryan Callan in that Callan of skin is up to 9th, trying to make his way through. As
Butcher and
it's just a sea of minis.
Butcher on Keithley, by the way, he's going to get the slipstream from William Levesque, and he's going to take that position away from Jack Keithley, I'm sure, as they head into turn 4 as it is, and in fact he's already slotted through. And Butcher trying to make a move on Levesque as well for the lead, and he's going to do it. Up the inside, is he going to cover?
Levesque's giving him room.
No, Levesque, yeah.
Down the inside, Keithley's up to, what a move! What a move in that uphill, and he's through. He's almost by Butcher too. Now he's on the outside, Keithley on the outside of Butcher, not going to happen. Levesque gives him a little shoulder, but he's got the inside for this left-hander. Keithley, Levesque makes it through. Keithley's trying to find his space. Tveit tries to go down the inside.
Let's go on board with Tveit. So Butcher in behind Levesque. So Levesque leads from Butcher, Keithley in 3rd, Tveit in 4th. Van der Ven still there in 5th, isn't he? But Swiderski down to 10th. Not sure at all what happened to him. I'm sure we'll find out after the race. It was such a shame for him. 3rd on the grid. And now down to...
Look at Tveit.
I know, yeah.
He's always on the edge. He's very entertaining to watch, and he's so young. I really see a lot of promise in him for being his age and competing as well as he does, and you know, racing amongst these guys. And you know, imagine seeing him race in 2 or 3 years down the road, as when he regains his composure and, you know, just works on his finishing abilities.
Yeah, he's taken a win now, and that should settle him. I think he was anxious to get that win or get a podium, quite frankly. And I think it settled him down a little bit. He's looking to defend from Van der Ven, but Van der Ven couldn't make the move.
Oh, there was a great comment in the chat room by Gary Lennon, who recently got his double race win. He posted Callan as a race winner under certain conditions in particular tracks, and with a favorable tailwind and other grubbins. That is a quote that's going to go up on the website.
That's actually not untrue, is it? Quite frankly,
no, it's great. I love it. But still,
he's taken. He's basically Callan, but then Callan showed good pace in WSS as well. So it's not just front-wheel drive cars. So that's a little bit harsh, I guess. But he has only taken wins in front-wheel drive cars. Look at this, Tveit alongside Jack Keithley, and he's through up to 3rd for Tveit. What a move!
A little cheeky, but he was fully alongside of him.
Fully alongside, exactly.
Let's have a look at that one more time, just to see where he had position of his car, because he was.
Yeah, he's fully alongside there. Absolutely, completely. In fact, Keithley turned in on him, so
yeah,
great move from Dwight.
Fair move by
Oh, what's happened to Keithley? He's lost further positions. Oh, now we're gonna have to pull this back again. So he just got that bump wide from Dwight, and he lost momentum
after going wide a little bit.
Yeah.
And you got Van de Veen slots up into fourth, and now De Villar's by Van de Veen. Van de Veen's getting mugged now, as you've got Van de Veen just slotting in behind Peter De Villar, as James Johnson is now on the back.
And Van der Ven's going to get mugged here by 2 guys, I think, because Keithley might follow Johnson through into turn 1. Sweeps through! Oh, great from Van der Ven there. Just completely, sorry, pressed the wrong button. He completely just swept around the outside and retained that position.
That was a very decisive move.
Oh, here comes Keithley on Johnson as well. Up the inside, it's not going to happen. And in fact, McNaughton's running a little bit wide back there as well. So, and Callan is a little bit further back from these guys. As Butcher is all over William Levesque for the win, and these guys are no longer just going to hold station. They're going to battle.
They're checking out too, though. But that's the thing, and I wonder if. Oh no, you know what? They're not.
Here comes Butcher.
This is going to be a battle the whole way through. I think there's no point in screwing around. You know what? Let's make this a good race. Well, what's the point of there's nothing after this. This is just a show right now.
Oh, crossover from Levesque.
What a move! This is the stuff that people get into sim racing for. Is this battling with guys that you've raced with a number of occasions?
He's going to sweep round. Levesque takes the position. Look, from Butcher, but Butcher's still got a crossover going.
Oh,
still got a crossover going. He's lost it now. So Levesque takes the lead, and I think he's the quickest guy actually out there right now. He looked that way in race 1. Let's have a look, see what's happening here. So Keithley all over the back of James Johnson. Nothing Johnson can do really except defend right now. Keithley does look stronger though.
Oh, he does, yeah. Keithley is quick, and I did call him for the win, but maybe I shouldn't be saying anything or not calling anybody. In the background, though, you got Keithley. You can see McNaughton in the back there, and then you've got Callan kind of just drifting around there. He's in ninth. Should I not be calling him that?
No, please don't. Makes me throw up in my mouth a little bit.
Oh, and look, Keithley's looking down
the inside. He's going to do it this time, surely.
Oh, Johnson.
Oh, squeeze him onto the curb. McNaughton trying to go around the outside. Not going to happen. He's going to run wide.
Yeah,
and this is going to give a run to Callan.
Who, Callan?
Callan, not quite close enough. He's thinking about it. Just edging. Oh, here we go. Oh, Callan, late dive. He's not going to make that work.
No. No, he was trying to go Villeneuve from the V8 Supercar race.
Butcher back on the Vec. He's in the slipstream. He's not quite as close as he was last time round. He'd be a brave man to make a move up the inside now, but I've seen it done. Late dive from this far back can be done. Here we go. He's not going to do it, is he? Oh, he is! Oh, he is! He's surely not going to make that stick.
Oh, he is. He's got the inside. Oh,
he's done it. What a move from Butcher. Late as you like on the brakes. Oh, and Levesque's got into him slightly, but not enough to make the move. Although Butcher run wide a little bit, they're touching each other. Oh, Butcher's got in the wall. How did he miss? Oh, side by side. And Levesque's going to hold it. Just holds it. Look at Butcher's going back at the inside. Side by side. Here comes Dwight. Here comes Dwight. Here comes Dwight, and Levesque's taken it eventually. And Dwight now on the outside.
You've got to
Dwight on the outside.
Thinking these guys are crazy. That's all you
that's
think.
psycho.
It is.
That's what they are.
Well,
mental.
These guys are not leaving anything on the table. That's Dwight down the inside. Nope, can't quite get there. But I mean, any opportunity these guys are having, they're just taking it. This is teammates are here right here. I guess battling to the very end.
Oh, Butcher's got to run. He's got to run. He's got to run. Is he close enough as they head towards turn 1? There's a little bit of a rhyme going on, but he's not close enough. Not close enough to make the move. He's better off slipstreaming down the back straight again. So they're going to swap positions again down the back straight. Surely he's pushing him almost as they head towards turn 2. He's definitely alongside this time, and he's going to send one up the inside. And surely,
Dwight's going with him too. He's
yeah,
there.
Yeah, he might do him. He might do him.
Nope, not quite.
Oh, he's not quite got enough of an overlap, or any overlap, quite frankly. But Butcher's now vulnerable. He's vulnerable to 2 guys, 3 guys maybe, because Davilar's there as well. So these guys can all push each other through. And he's gone inside. And now Dwight can choose which one he wants to go with, and he's going to go with Butcher, and it's going to go 3 wide.
3 wide, are you, Dwight? Do not do that. It just slows the car down. But now look, you've got Butcher.
Oh, Butcher!
He's through. He's through. He's got the inside, but now Levesque's going to have the inside for the next corner. Dwight's trying to decide which way to go. He can't quite pick a lane. He seems to be indecisive.
Butcher's done it. He's still in first position.
Oh, Toby, what are you doing through there? Oh, this is
hello.
scary stuff.
Oh, Levesque's still alongside. He's got an overlap. Butcher turns across him. Look at that. You could get away with that in front-wheel drive car. You could not in a rear-wheel drive car. And it's still almost line stern. And Davilar's all over the back of Tveit as well. Oh, a bit sideways from Butcher. I don't want to take my eyes off this, but there's a ridiculous battle here going on. Keath's just got by Johnson for 6th place. They're all over each other.
Tveit is through on Levesque. Tveit is... Oh, no.
But Levesque's back up the inside.
Levesque holds it off. These guys
and now that's going to give a run to Davilar.
Yeah,
he's not quite there. He's not quite there.
Well, that's your champion right there. He's out here just looking to score some wins if he can. There's some good finishes. But Van de Veen, relatively new to the Touring Pro Series.
He's still there, isn't he?
He's just lurking, and he's probably thinking these guys are crazy. But I want to take advantage of what these guys are doing up here.
Yeah, he just needs to get in the slipstream, doesn't he? He just needs these guys to battle just one more time, and he'll be there. He'll be up there in the slipstream. But I think Butcher's just got enough, and this won't help, of course. Tveit is just... Oh, he's trying. He's trying. It's not going to happen. In fact, he's lost some. Look at the momentum he's lost off the corner.
Massive, it's massive.
So here comes Davilar then. Let's go on board with Davilar. Down the back straight. Here we go. Riding from the splitter of the front of the Mini, looking for a way through. He's just kind of edging out, looking for the braking zone. Oh, Tveit! He's gone way too deep. He's not going to make the corner, and he is off into the grass. And he's just kept it on. Look, he's just kept it on.
Well, what about the move that Butcher made? That was pretty well. That was very similar. Oh, Davilar down the inside of Tveit. No, backs off. Just at the last moment, he's thinking, I'm not quite
close, but no cigar. And Davilar is still in 4th place. Tveit still in 3rd. Van de Ven is closing. He's just a second back. Oh, it's not that far back at all, actually.
No.
Look at that, 4/10 now of Davilar. It's a 5-car train, and Keaith is not that far back, and he's dragging Johnson along with him.
Yeah,
and Johnson's being sensible, isn't he?
Yeah. They'll just push and try to catch these guys because there's no look at the lap times they're running. Butcher ran a 39.3 the last lap by when they were
second down.
Yeah, they were running like 38.4s, 38.5s the last race at this point in the race. So this is everything's on the table for this race. Teammates out the window, friends out the window. They don't care. This is going to be everyone's racing for glory here. There's nothing on the line for championship wise because Davilar's wrapped it up. Levesque's pretty well got second. Team championship locked up. This is just going to be balls to the wall racing here.
Balls to the wall racing, I like it. As Tveit edging out, looking for a way through. He's trying to send one up. It's better off to wait, isn't it, for the back straight? Here we go. Levesque's got to run now, and Tveit's right in behind Levesque as well. So Levesque's going to have to defend. Look, Levesque's having to defend from Tveit and loses the slipstream to Butcher. And Tveit's having to defend from Davilar as well. He's got a massive run on this pair.
Oh, and Tveit is down the inside. He's going to do it. You know he's going to outbreak him. No, can he do it?
Oh, he's been given room. He's been given room. He's edging him off. He's edging him off. Levesque's still there. Oh, it's contact.
Oh, I knew he was going to do that because Tveit squeezed the issue. And look, Tveit's down the inside of both of them.
Oh, he's been squeezed again. Levesque just about got away with that. Oh, how did he miss the barrier?
Oh, Davilar just gets... Oh, this is getting a little hairy.
Look where Van de Ven is. Look where Van de Ven is. He's right in behind this group. Yeah, and further back, look at this. Johnson's being dragged along, and so is McNaughton.
Well, these guys...
Oh, it's cracking this.
A bit more room because what happened is you've got... Tveit did a little lane widening on Levesque, so he took offense to that. So he just kind of forced the issue going into the uphill.
Butcher sideways. Look how wide he is. Look how wide he is. He lost loads of ground.
Yeah, Levesque is getting right on the back. You can imagine that tires would be heating up big time in this race because this is full scale. They're like Butcher just did a 39 flat on his own with no pressure. So you know that these cars have been pushed hard in the first 8 laps here, and there's still 9 to go. And you got Keath, as Scott Woodward says, he's bringing in the cavalry. You got another 6 cars coming up into this battle if this keeps going.
Callan's there, Cervic's there, Ockerclint's there, Spidersky's there. I can't tear away from this battle, really.
No, we got to keep on this because anything can happen up front here. What'll happen is if these guys catch up to Butcher, make a move, they get tangled up, all of a sudden we're going to get the Constantine effect and it's going to bundle up. We're going to get a massive train to finish off this season. I can't think of any better way to do it.
Good fight. He's got to run, but he's not as close this time. He surely won't make a move this time.
Oh,
braking, he's not done it. So, for the first time in several laps... Oh, Butcher's run wide as well. Butcher's deep. Oh, Davilar's into the back of Tveit.
Oh, and look, Van de Veen
Look,
is
Van de
taking
Veen.
advantage. He's going to go through. Is he got it? No, he's going to back off a little bit and try to cross. Davillard, very smart there. If you notice, what he did was he eased off at the apex, so Van de Veen couldn't get the crossover, and that is signs of a true champion, knowing that you've got a guy with the momentum. All you do is check up slightly on the apex, and they can't. The crossover doesn't always work. Maybe I just gave away a trade secret, Toby.
No, you didn't. It's called hogging the apex. Chris hates me for it.
Yeah, well, hey, it's all part of racing,
Legit.
defensive and offensive.
It's legit.
Oh, look at this up on Toby down the inside of Levesque. Again, we've seen this move time and time again. As Levesque is still on the inside, Toby's going to try to cross. Not going to get the momentum, because turn 1 is a very tricky place to pass, because you need to be outside wide to get through turn 1. And if you don't get turn 1 right, you got such a long run up to turn 2. And then you just lose with that run. But these guys have gapped themselves slightly from Davillard and Van de Veen. But if you look, the Davillard, Van de Veen, and now Keithley.
Oh, 3 wide. Oh, thinking about it. Everyone was thinking about a move. Oh, Butcher's run deep. This is surely going to be Levesque's chance, and Levesque is through.
Oh, he's through, and now Tvite's
going to choose which one. Which one do I draft? It doesn't matter. I'm going to get a draft on one of them, and it's going to be 3 wide, surely, into turn 3.
Yeah,
4, sorry.
Why go 2 wide when you can go 3 wide? That's what Tvite's thinking right now.
Here we go.
This is he's going.
Here we go.
Wide. Oh no, he's
oh,
going outside.
I'm amazed he didn't try at least on one of them there.
He's trying the outside move and not quite going to do it.
Butcher's somehow still in the lead.
Butcher seems to have dropped his pace. 39.5 the last lap by, and he
wow.
He seems
well, just battling, aren't they? Though that's the thing.
Oh yeah, well no, for sure. But he seems to have lost that pace to keep up front. Like now, Levesque is all over the back. Tvite's right there. This is anyone's race still. We got 8 laps of racing to go.
It's been great from Tvite, hasn't it? He hasn't necessarily qualified right at the front, but he's worked his way through.
He does.
And twice in 2 races, he's been right up there. And apparently, Chris Butcher's got frame rate issues.
Oh, does he? Okay, well.
That would explain some of it.
Yeah, this track can do that, but.
Tvite! Oh, what a move up the inside of Levesque. No, he's going to make this one stick, surely, this time.
No, it's because the grip in these minis on the outside, you can hold it, but now, look who's back. Peter Davillard is back in this mix, and look at
this! Look at the, here come the cavalry, as they say. It's a great phrase.
Charge!
You've got Van der Ven, you've got Keithley. You've got Johnson, you've got McNaughton, Swiderski's there. Look at this!
Oh, and Callan is.
There's a gap. There's a gap back to Swiderski as well. So it's really just McNaughton, Johnson, Keithley, Van der Ven. It's an 8-way battle for the lead, though.
In the finals. Oh, what happened up there? I saw everyone bunched up a bit.
Oh, side by side! It's great racing. This absolutely quality. I'm so glad.
Get a push from Davillard. Davillard's right on the back of him as they're going up and down.
Is he going to shove him? Is he going to shove him? Is he going to shove him? There we go.
We've seen Tvite get through, and he's going to be clear of Levesque this time. As now they're going 3
Oh, Davillard wants to make a move on Levesque as well. Levesque's going to sweep in front, I guarantee it.
Yeah, he is. And Tvite's
there we go.
Oh, look at this. Davillard's down the inside into 5.
Oh, and he's run wide as Tvite. So here comes Davillard. Here comes Davillard.
Oh,
not going to happen.
Going to be through. I don't think Tvite has actually completed a full pass.
Look at the
damage.
Look at the damage on the front of Davillard's car, by the way.
This
trying to cross over. And Van der Ven's there, isn't he? He's just there. Yeah. Look at them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Keith is there.
8-car battle for the win, but still.
7 laps of this left, Keith. 7 laps of this left.
I can't think of a. You know what? If anyone was on the fence about racing or just started racing and didn't finish this championship, this is what you're missing out on. So anybody who is on the fence, this is what you can look forward to in the next season of the Virtual Mini Challenge.
It's going to be incredible if we get some proper. A proper number of drivers, 30 or so, it's going to be ridiculous. Because imagine a 20-car battle for the lead, and it's definitely possible.
It is
definitely possible. You can't get a gap. It's almost
no.
impossible to get a gap because the slipstream is so strong.
It is, and there's just
great.
no horsepower, and it's great racing, and these cars don't tend to take too much damage too. It allows you to do a little bit of rubbing, but Levesque goes deep and
deliberate though. He wants to get a run on Butcher out of the corner. Look.
Yeah, and remember, Levesque is racing. He has a dislocated shoulder,
a broken collarbone. It is
broken collarbone. So he's racing
further back. Keith is defending from Van der Ven. Oh, actually, he's attacking Van der Ven, isn't he? So
Van der Ven is now going to lose that spot because Keithley is through, and Johnson very
further up the front. Look side by side, Butcher and Levesque. Levesque's through on the inside.
Levesque is through, and I think he's clear now.
Oh, he's run wide. Oh, almost on the grass.
Oh,
further back.
Butcher.
Look at this!
He's through. Tvite did Toby go through? No.
No.
No, I thought he did. Toby was up the inside of Butcher, but he couldn't make it stick.
Keath has definitely got through on Van der Ven now, so Keithley up to 5th.
Oh, my prediction could possibly come through, maybe?
Well, maybe. You've got 6 laps left.
Yeah, this is incredible. This is a great way to finish this off. But Dave Villar's been very composed, hasn't done anything too crazy. He did get into the back of Toby early on into 5, but that was, I think it was just things bunched up a little bit. But he's got to be pleased with this. He's champion now. He's getting to end this season off with a great race with some good drivers all around him. This is what it's all about.
Look how narrow they're all going into the penultimate corner there, just trying to defend their line. Oh, and look at the run that Dave Villar's got on Toby. Look at the run. He's surely going to make a move into turn 1.
No, it's too hard. I honestly, turn 1 is not a passing zone unless you're fully alongside, because if you lose your momentum coming out of 1, headed up to 2, you lose so much time on the guy in front of you. It's better off to stay behind the guy and try to make a move coming on down the long straight into 4.
By the way, Van der Ven's dropped back all the way to 8, so he's been shuffled back big time in that pack. We haven't seen that, but shame for him. He was running up there for so long, and actually he was side by side with Swiderski there. Oh, but he's managed to make it stick.
Yeah, great showing by him. But yeah, Keithley's now just off of the draft with these guys. He's second back. But
Here
look
we
at
go.
the run.
Oh, he's going to have to go outside again because oh, look at them late braking.
He's through. If he can hold it.
No, he's wide. He's wide. He's wide. How many people get through?
No,
he's just got back in.
Just got back on. There. His teammate Jack Keithley's there. So now these two are bumper to bumper. If they can push, they can catch back up to this group. But now you got Levesque and Butcher are out front. But they seem to have calmed it down a little bit, it seems, or maybe they're just taking a little breather.
Well, I tell you what's happened is Levesque's controlling the pace now. He's done a 38 for the first time in ages. There's been a 38 on the board from a leader, and that's why the gap's extended, because Butcher in the lead with frame rate issues was in the 39. So
yeah. So that and I mean I do think that Butcher is much it's showing now he's much slower than Levesque. Levesque just needed to get through and get a little space because
Levesque's wide though. You see, that's just that small mistake, and now Butcher's gonna have a run. He's not, as you say, he's probably not gonna make the move, but you never know with these two. But that just allows Butcher back into the prime slipstreaming zone, you know?
Yeah, for sure. And this seems to be the battle all around. A little further back, we're just looking.
The Vec's a little bit tight through turn 1 as well. It's just so tight. We're talking about fractions of a second here. Can be the difference.
That's what it is. It's a game of inches in these cars. So you're just trying to take that inch off of the guy in front of you.
Butcher trying to go up. Levesque's left him room, but not enough room.
Now he's going to look at the run.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, see, Levesque's running a smart race when he's out front here now. He knows that Butcher's trying to desperately make a move because he obviously doesn't quite have the pace.
Well, here we go.
We're going to see a Butchie inside special. Yep, he's looking. No.
Are we ever? Oh, Levesque might be a bit late on the brakes there. He's missed the apex, but not enough for Butcher to be able to slip through. But as you know, it's another 0.8 though from Levesque. Look, 38.8.
Yeah, but look, see, Butcher is making headway. He's now that he's behind and not having to defend so hard, he's able to look and see where he can make the move, and he's getting the draft.
But that's why that's a Butcher being behind Levesque. He's in the slipstream, so he's keeping up with Levesque because of the slipstream.
Yes.
But it helps these three gap the rest of the pack because the rest of the pack can't quite keep with them. Well, obviously, it helps that there's been some shenanigans between Johnson, McNaughton, and Van der Ven and Swiderski.
Well, and I think you're going to see. Butcher knows that if this continues up, he's under threat from Tveit now. Is Tveit just right on the back of him? He's under severe threat, and Tveit will make a move. There's no doubt about it. But
Tveit would be desperate for a win here. Surely
it would be fantastic for him to end this season with a win. You know, showing great pace and running with these guys.
Looking back from Levesque, see Butcher using all of the curve and more there, and that is permitted. As long as you've got two wheels within the white lines, that's okay. So Levesque lost a little bit of ground there. Butcher perfect through turn 1, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. And see, Butcher needs to kind of come up with a different line. As you can see what Levesque's doing. He's starting it out wide and he's getting the run off the corner, not through the corner, and it breaks that draft up. See, if Butcher was doing something
this time
similar,
though, much closer this time.
This is going to
surely going to make a move. Levesque's going to go defensive. So
no,
he hasn't.
Wow. I'm surprised he didn't go defensive there because now Butcher's.
But unless Levesque thinks he can sweep around the outside and have the inside for turn 5, but he's not going to be able to. Look.
He's through. Butcher's through. Clean move. Oh, and this is going to slow them up. This is going to get Tveit back in it. And now Davilar's back in. We're back right where we were 5 laps ago.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
It's insane. This is what it's all about. This is what touring car racing is all about.
This is what you've been missing, Keith. All season you've missed this, you know?
I know. Well, it's hey, I've been commentating on WTM and
I don't worry about it. I'm teasing you earlier as well.
Well, next season we'll see if I can join in for a couple races.
Oh, it'd be great. It'd be absolutely thrilling to have you and Callan in the cars and out on track. I assume that's what you meant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it all depends on timing. But Tveit is, you can see the desperation. Tveit wants this bad. He's close as he got a little bump from Levesque on Butcher. Butcher back leading and probably going to slow them up a little bit. Let's see what time he does as he crosses the line. 39.0. So we've dropped a few tenths off.
That's why Tveit and Davilar are there.
Down the inside of Tveit into turn 1. Book it.
Done it.
No,
Done it. Has he? I don't know.
He's run
Tveit's wide, so surely, yeah, there we go.
Davilar's through. So Davilar now into 3rd and now in a striking position to get through these THR guys and end this season with a win as he's already locked this championship up.
Well,
oh man.
Watch the Levesque line through here. Oh well, you see Butcher's gone wide this time. Well, but Levesque is much closer, isn't he?
Yes.
Oh, but well,
he's close enough to make a move. By the time they get into 4, he'll be there as he's got the drive. He's going to stay.
Butcher's definitely going to depend. I know Chris. He's surely going to depend here.
Oh yeah. He's mirror racing right now.
Yep, mirror racing.
Yeah, and Levesque backs off a little bit.
Yeah, I wonder why. I wonder if Levesque's going to let Butcher win this one.
Well, Butcher already won the first race.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, Levesque does it. Levesque's racing for a win here. This is teammates out the window. Davilar's there. He could take this from them both.
Certainly could, and so could Tveit, quite frankly. Keath is about a second back of Tveit, so too far back, I think.
Yeah,
I think it's one of these 4.
Yeah, it's going to be one. It has to be one of these 4, unless something crazy happens. Which, when you're this close, anything can happen, really.
What's happened to McNaughton?
McNaughton's fallen back to 7th. He's back there battling with Vendeveen. Swiderski is back there battling with Callan. No, Callan and Swiderski not battling. But up front, it's still the same thing we've seen. I think we're going to see a move from Davilar very shortly. He's got a good run on Levesque coming through the last 2 corners. As he,
look at this!
What a run for Davilar as he's down the inside into turn 1. No, I think he's going to lift off. No. Oh, he goes.
Oh! Contact! Surely. Oh, this is going to let Tveit through.
Tveit's coming through, but he's going to be stuck on the outside, and now Davilar has a draft with him going into turn 2.
Oh, look at this! Tveit's trying to squeeze in contact, door-to-door contact, so it's okay. Davilar's through.
Yeah, Davilar's why he defends.
Back through.
See, now this is penultimate lap. See, that's not what Davilar needed. He needed to keep close to these guys up front because Levesque and Butcher are just a little bit gapped away from them now. They've got a few tenths on these guys, but Davilar is in the slipstream of those 2, and Tveit is in the slipstream. Like the race win is just there. It's just out of reach as Tveit looks down the inside.
Got to make a move this time.
No.
Oh, yeah, he's making a move. He's making a move, and Davilar's wide, so Tveit's surely going to take this. Oh, contact!
Oh, it's almost like clockwork when they go through.
Tveit's done him, surely.
I think Tveit's got it. Yeah, a little shoulder. No, and
Davilar's still held on.
Wow, side by side, all the way through this back part of the section.
Oh, Tveit's crossed him over.
Oh,
surely.
Does it? No, there's
surely.
Side by side.
Surely.
That's 5 corners side by side with very minimal contact. But all of that happening has allowed the THR guys of Butcher and Levesque to get ahead, and now they have a gap.
Pick a winner, mate. Pick a winner, Keith.
I'm not picking a winner.
It's one of these 2, isn't it? It's got to be one of these 2.
Yeah, it's going to be one of the guys that are still racing.
Very diplomatic.
Yes. I don't know. I think Levesque wants this because it's a great way to end the season off, gain some momentum, and to win with his arm like that. That's a big deal for him.
Yeah, it is.
But also to take the win away from Butcher, who already has one. So I don't think it's going to be friendly. I think it's going to be taken with force.
Oh, look at this! Oh, so close that he went through the car.
You see, hard defending, and look, Keaith is closed up on the back of Tveit and Davilar as these guys are side by side into turn 2.
This is going to be Levesque run off the corner, by the way.
Is he going to hug the apex? Which he does a little bit. Yeah, and he runs up wide to break the momentum. And now Levesque is going to have to do a really...
He's not going to get a run, is he? That's the thing.
No, that was perfect by Butcher because he cut the distance between them. All you got to do is lift off, keep him on your bumper, and they can't get that massive run. But Levesque's going to have to go for
Is he going to switch him over? Is he going to switch him over?
Oh, nope. He's trying on the outside. No, oh, nice move by Butch. He's holding it. Oh, Levesque's trying. No, not quite.
Not going to happen now, I don't think.
I don't think so, unless he gives him a little
Butcher's
bump
got to
and
drive
run.
around the inside of the track. Oh, Levesque having a look. Butcher's
No.
just got to drive around the inside of every corner, and he's done him. Oh, but look, he's gone defensive.
Ooh, not quite. It's a scary spot to be trying to pass through there, but he's trying anything. He needs to make a move. He's only got a few corners left to go, and it's not really easy to pass as Butcher gets up on the curb, runs a little bit wide. Levesque's got a bit of a run. We're into the last 3 corners here. Can he make something happen? Butcher just has to go defensive. That's all he's got to do. Levesque is going to be a desperation move, if anything at all. He's not going to do it. He's not close enough. He's going to give Butcher
Give
a
him a
little
bumper run.
Not going to happen as Dave Villar closes. This is going to be the end of it. Chris Butcher's going to go for a double win here, and he's going to take 2 wins in the final race. Final round. Unbelievable.
Yes, he is. So Chris Butcher comes across ahead of William Levesque. Dave Villar just in 3rd. Twyton did take 4th in the end from Keath. Johnson, McNaughton, Van der Ven, Swiderski. You've got Ryan Callan coming through in 10th. Ockerclint in 11th. Dervick in 12th. Reese Gardner in 13th. In 14th position, we're going to have Robert Isles. He's going to come through in 14th position. Ray Lilly in 15th position. You've got who is this coming through? Ethan Bass.
Yeah, Ethan Bass is coming across in 16th.
And that's the end of our drivers, I think. I think that's Gray in the pit lane, as is. So we only actually had 16 runners in the second race.
Yeah, we had a couple people drop. Brett Gray was a DNF, a suspension, and we also had Robert Wiesenmuller, who did not compete. But anybody who was watching this race and you were on the fence about racing, this is what you need to do. I mean, we had 8 guys racing bumper to bumper for the last like 10 laps. I mean, if you're looking for good, clean racing in cars that are very competitive, not a lot of setup, where you can really just hone your driving skills, make sure you look for us at TouringProSeries.com for the next VMC, the Virtual Mini Challenge. But we're going to have some driver interviews. I do have to sign off myself. Thanks, Toby. I'll just leave you for the interviews. Thank you for allowing me to come into the booth for this race. Hopefully I can get in a race in the racing next season. But anybody watching, be sure to check us out for next season.
No worries. Thank you very much for joining us, Keith. That was Mr. Keith Barrick, and we'll be right back after this.
GamePod, the ultimate race rig for those serious about sim racing. Puts you in the driver's seat with all the controls at your fingertips. Be number 1 on the road, in the race, in the game. GamePod, the choice of champions.
Welcome back, and we are joined by some of the drivers from the first season of the Virtual Mini Challenge. And the first person I want to talk to and congratulate on his championship win is Mr. Peter Dave Villar. Congratulations, my friend. Brilliant result.
Thank you very much, Toby.
And you fully deserved it as well. Most wins in this season.
Yes, it was indeed a great season for me this year. Yeah.
Did you think, with the graphics freezes and the problems you were having in race 1, did you think it perhaps wasn't going to happen?
Well, it got me so scared at first race with the graphic problems. 2 times screen freezes and 1 time almost disconnected. So yeah, it made me really nervous. I didn't want to lose the championship in the last race, but luckily I could finish the first race, so I was happy with that.
And of course, even if Robert had won the first race, he still finished in 8th position, which would have been enough for the championship anyway, so it kind of didn't matter in the end. But there was a great battle going on at the front, and you were involved in the first couple of laps, and then, of course, you had your first screen freeze. And second one, I think you came out just in front of Cervic and were put in the wall. I mean, were you hoping that you weren't going to get damage, or...?
Yeah, I had some small damage in the first race. Also, at the end of the race, I had some problems with my brake pedal. It got stuck at about 5% or so I lost a lot of top speed. But my main goal at the end of the first race was just to finish and take home the championship.
Couldn't have gone much worse, Pete, but congratulations on the championship, and fully deserved. Second Touring Pro Series champion. Second championship, I should say, and of course you're the winner of the GamePod as well. So that'll be coming your way very shortly. I'll get Keith to get in touch with you regarding details surrounding that.
Really awesome. Thanks a lot to you guys. Also, of course, to GamePod for offering me this prize. I'm very happy with it. Thank you very much.
Worthy champion. So I want to talk with the person who, he actually wasn't second place in the end, but was fighting for second place in race 1, Robert Wiesenmuller. Talk us through that.
Yeah, the first race was really disappointing from my point of view. I know Peter had some trouble, and he was somewhere back in the field, and I would have still been in a shot for the championship. But yeah, in the end, I was not only not helped by my teammate, but pushed off by being in the lead, which is just extremely disappointing. And I have to say, sorry to Eric Twite. This was not intentional, but I completely ruined his first race then. I got really angry. I was really disappointed of this race, and I realized I was far too emotional about this, and then I decided not to drive the second one.
Fair enough. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm absolutely gutted for you, Rob. But you know, as it happens, regardless of if you'd have won that race or not.
Well, I would have still been in a shot because Twite would have finished ahead of Devil as well.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, that's of course true. Twite dropped down, didn't he? But yeah, I mean.
But I also have to say, congratulations to Peter. He really deserved this championship. Driven well all season. Had an excellent battle with him on Londrina. Yeah, he deserves it.
Yeah, he's been quality all season, and so have you. I mean, you've taken your first win in the Touring Pro Series, and you look strong in the World Supertech Series as well. So, focusing efforts on the World Supertech Series. Do you fancy your chances in that, or?
To be honest, I think I need to take a different approach to all of this, because I'm just getting far too involved in this, getting far too angry about this, and I mean it's all cool that we organize it, and in the end it's just a game. And yeah, I think I need to change my approach a little bit for the future.
Fair enough. Well, that's a very despondent Rob Wiesenmuller joined us there, but he ended up, I think, in third position in the championship. So congratulations, regardless.
Thanks,
Mr. Levesque.
User disconnected from your channel.
Yes. Hello.
One-armed bandit.
Yeah.
And nearly 2 race wins. Talk us through it.
Well, from my testing yesterday with one arm, I discovered that, I mean, being easy car to drive, front-wheel drive, it was still possible to drive it properly. So I went in the event wanting to do my best. So yeah, quali 1, got second place, was pretty happy with it. Got edged out slightly by Chris. Then the second place in the race. Sorry to Robert about the tap as well, but I've got my opinion on it. Won't discuss it here. But yeah, then second quali got pole, so that was very nice. Then the second race as well, a lot of fun. Chris got the win again after a strong fight with him. It was pretty fun races. I mean, I went in there, no chance for the championship, so I just wanted to have my last fun in front wheel drives because I'm retiring from them. I'm going to keep it to rear wheel drive from now on. So, of course, congrats to Peter for the championship and Robert, obviously, for putting on a strong fight up till the end. So.
And how was actually driving with one arm for you? I mean, it didn't seem to be hindering too much at all.
I think the hardest part was to press escape because the keyboard is on the left.
But it's not the hardest part. Isn't the fact that you're only using one arm? It's the fact that the hardest part is that you can't press escape very easily. Okay.
Yeah, and I can't change the display very quickly because I've got to take all arms off the wheel. So
that's true as well, I suppose.
But I mean, it's obviously the steering ratio on the Mini is quite quick, so you don't turn very much. So I mean, it's quite easy front-wheel drive. If you go sliding a bit, you just go on the throttle a bit harder.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. Well, I was actually saying to Keith, you know, it might be quite difficult for you to you know, to control a slide if you get very sideways, because I think 2 hands is very needed. But congratulations anyway, Will, and we hope to see you in the next race of the Touring Pro Series back with 2 arms. Hopefully, what will that be? The V8 starting next year? Oh, are you going to do the WTM?
Well, I'll try driving the car, but I doubt very much I'll be very effective.
Fair enough. Well, congratulations anyway. Of course, we need to talk to Chris Butcher. 2 race wins.
Yeah, extremely happy with that.
I mean, your pace was there, but you definitely didn't have the sort of dominance that we were that you kind of showed in the race is you know, with the results anyway. But I mean, battling with the THR guys in race 1 and race 2. I mean, how was that?
It were really good fun, and you're quite right. I didn't have the best overall race pace, and I sort of fluked that quali lap as well to get pole position, in all honesty. But you know, I came into the whole season really knowing I didn't have a shot at the championship with missing 2 rounds. So I just wanted to get a race win by the end of the season. Getting 2 was absolutely fantastic, and the battling with the teammates was really good. Obviously, Robert was unlucky with what happened with William, and race 2 was a bit hairy as well. Nearly went into the tyre barrier, but
yeah, we saw that. Just being you were just kind of over the grass and heading towards the tyre barrier and just snuck on and survived. So
yeah, really enjoyed myself. Had fun in the league. I'm not sure it puts me in the driver championship, but happy that THR Red got the team championship.
Yeah, that's a definite secure of the team championship. So congratulations for that one, Chris, as co-owner of THR. One other person I want to talk to, Davy van der Ven, very strong showing in race 2.
Yes, I got a good pace, so I find the good balance with the tire pressure, and yeah, it went well.
It did go well. I mean, you were with the leaders for quite a while, actually.
Yeah, and then I mentioned that the second race I have no force feedback, so I think.
Oh, really?
Without force feedback, it's going better.
You should turn it off more often. Will you be back for the next season?
Definitely, I'm looking forward to season 2 already.
And of course, World Super Dick Series coming up as well in a couple of weeks. You had an up and down race yesterday. I mean, do you fancy a top 10 in the championship?
I hope so. I had some bad luck with some accidents, and yeah, more luck next time, I hope.
Yep, so well done anyway. It was a good showing from yourself. Who should we pick on? One more person. Toby's random person. Let's have a look. Let's pick on Ockerklint. Jonathan Ockerklint. If he's here. Yeah, here he is.
Hello.
So last time out we were watching you in the top 6 in qualifying, hoping you would do something good, and then you got drive-through penalty. This time a couple of top 10 challenges. I think you were 12th or 11th in race 2. I mean, decent showing.
Yeah, definitely. I didn't really like the track. I've never done for some reason, but for some reason I had a very good race yet again on a track I don't like. So yeah, I'm happy for tonight's races, I think.
And of course, battling with Peter Davelaar, and you managed to come out on top for most of the race.
Yeah, my mindset was when he was catching up that he won't get past me easily. If he is going to pass me, he's going to have to earn it, and he did the first time he passed me around the outside in the first turn of Sector 2. The second time he passed me just before the line, which was a bit frustrating, but the battle was very good and very fun, so I'm happy.
Yeah, well, congratulations, and thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you for joining us with the broadcast. Thank you for joining us if you're racing. And it's been a fantastic first season of the Virtual Mini Challenge. Great racing up the front of the field, and we've seen all sorts of race winners. We've seen all sorts of battles. And congratulations once again, I'll get the words out, to Peter Davelaar for taking the Drivers' Championship and THR Red for taking the Teams Championship. And of course, Peter Davelaar will soon be the proud owner of that GamePod. And we will finish with a short clip from GamePod. But thanks for joining us, and we'll see you the next time.
GamePod, the ultimate race rig for those serious about sim racing. Puts you in the driver's seat with all the controls at your fingertips. Be number 1 on the road, in the race, in the game. GamePod, the choice of champions.